This is Nationwide 90 FM, owned and operated by Nationwide News Network Limited. We broadcast from our studios at 14 Ocean Boulevard in the Digicel Center, downtown Kingston, Jamaica. Transmitting on the FM 90 band, 90.3 from Peters Rock in St. Andrew and Murphy Hill in St. Anne. Serving Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, parts of Clarendon, St. Mary and St. Thomas. 90.5 from Huntley in Manchester, transmitting to St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, rural St. Andrew and parts of St. Thomas. And 90.7 from Cooper's Hill in St. Andrew and Flower Hill in St. James. Serving Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, sections of Trelawney, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Mary, Portland and St. Anne. Nationwide 90 FM also broadcasts on YouTube at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, RevoNews.ai and on Flow on channel 916. Nationwide 90 FM, a new revolution in media.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6 o'clock. From the studios of Nationwide Radio, morning radio the right way. It's Nationwide This Morning. Good morning to you. I'm Tawna Thomas. Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning, Friday, January 16, 2026. The government's shelter recovery program to get underway by the end of the month. Police make renewed appeal not to confront the police during operations. The authority responsible for fast-tracking the post-Melissa national rebuilding effort is now up and running. In international news, Canada announces strategic partnership with China. In sports, Chapelton Maroons thrash Arnott Gardens 3-0 at the Tony Spalding Complex Thursday night. And in business, U.S. to cut tariffs on Taiwanese goods after investment pledge. The details after the break.
At the Commission of Strata Corporations, we're here to ensure strata living works for everyone. We monitor and regulate strata corporations. We maintain a register of these corporations. We facilitate dispute resolution between proprietors and corporations. We enforce the bylaws that keep your community running smoothly. Together, we're building stronger, more cooperative communities, one strata corporation at a time. Visit reb.gov.jm for more information.
Catch the first news of the day. A comprehensive package of local, international, sports, and business news. The news at 6 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. Information Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon says the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, is now operational. She made the announcement during Wednesday's post-cabinet media briefing.
The NARA, which a lot of people ask about, the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, that is now in place. It is operating as a department of cabinet, and the cabinet secretary has oversight. In a very short period of time, you will start seeing advertisements for the positions in NARA. We also had conversations around an advisory board for NARA and individuals to be placed on that with requisite expertise.
NARA was announced by the Prime Minister following the passage of Hurricane Melissa last October. The authority is responsible for fast-tracking and overseeing the post-Melissa national rebuilding effort. It has a sunset date of 5 years, renewable by Parliament. NARA's administrative expenditure will be financed from the national budget, with the recovery and reconstruction activities to be initially financed from the National Natural Disaster Recovery Fund. Minister Maurice Dixon says the National Partnership Council will play a key role in NARA.
We also discussed the National Partnership Council that has civil society, it has the church, it has academia, it has the opposition on it, and that body being an important part of the oversight mechanism of NARA.
Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, Information Minister. President of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA, Catherine Silvera, is supporting the call by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness for greater local investment in the economy.
I think that all of us within ourselves in Jamaica, all of our private sector needs to continue the level of investment that we have been making over the past few years. Wisynco is just one of many manufacturers that have invested and one of many to come. We also look to see how we can form partnerships with overseas investors to invest more into Jamaica because we see the potential in Jamaica. We see that the growth is coming. I mean, Statin reported that the third quarter of 2025 was showing significant growth over 2024. Before the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. So we see the potential that Jamaica has.
She was speaking at the opening of Wisynco's manufacturing facility in St. Catherine earlier this week. In his keynote address at the event, Prime Minister Holness stressed that investment is critical for Jamaica to increase its gross domestic product, GDP. He also listed initiatives his administration has pursued to encourage greater local investment. The JMEA president says while she has seen improvement, there are still obstacles preventing local companies from investing more.
There are still a lot of challenges that we face. I mean, we have high energy costs, we have high interest rates. We also have challenges with our road network. Logistics are also one of the things that we need to work on. And of course, bureaucracy and red tape. We have seen that in all areas that I've just mentioned, there has been some movement in the right direction, but we need to see it more. We need to see faster movement as well.
Catherine Silvera, president of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association. The government has spent almost $230 million to provide food relief in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Permanent Secretary in the Labor and Social Security Ministry, Dion Jennings, provided the update at Wednesday's sitting of Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, PAAC.
We would have procured food item in the amount of $228.3 million, and this comprised $52 million after the hurricane and $52 million for pre-positioning, that's before the hurricane, and $176.3 million post-hurricane expenditure.
She also provided an update on the number of homes assessed as the authorities continue to count the cost of the damage caused by the storm.
As of January 13, 26, we are close to 70,000 households being assessed. The actual figure is 69,085 households have been assessed to date. And of course, we would have classified the damage in 4 categories. The no damage, level 1, where there is no significant damage. Level 2, there is minor damage. Level 3, major damage. And level 4, totally destroyed, where it is extremely severe.
Dion Jennings, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. Now, Labor and Social Security Minister Pernell Charles Jr. says the first major component of the Shelter Recovery Program, SRP, is set to get underway by the end of January. That component will see the provision of a cash grant dubbed Restoration of Owner or Occupant Family Shelters, or short, ROOFs. The minister launched the program on Thursday. Mahira Stewart tells us more.
The Restoration of Owner or Occupant Family Shelters, ROOFs grant is the main component of the government's Hurricane Melissa Shelter Recovery Program. Under the program, Melissa impacted Jamaicans who were assessed by the Labor and Social Security Ministry can access reconstruction and rehabilitation assistance. Minister Charles Jr. says under ROOFs, persons can access up to $500,000 in hurricane relief.
Roofs is the major component of the SRP that will allow for us now to satisfy the passage of benefit to that person who is either in the minor, major, or severe category. So if you don't have any damage, you're not going to be a part of roofs. If no significant damage, you're not a part of roofs. But minor, major, severe, you're a part of roofs. Now, you'll get tiered $75,000, $200,000 and $500,000 in terms of grant applied in that tier.
The minister disclosed that to date, more than 200,000 Jamaicans in almost 70,000 households have been assessed. Those assessed with minor damage will receive support of up to $75,000. Households with major damage will be eligible for up to $200,000, while those with severe damage may access up to $500,000. Minister Charles Jr. says roofs will roll out by the end of January.
Let me answer the question of when does the SRP start? It starts already. But the roofs section, which I know many persons are interested in, that initial $10 billion allocation, our effort is to continue the work with the geospatial team and my team to get everything together to get that moving by the end of January.
The minister provided a breakdown of how the $10 billion allocated for roofs will be spent.
It's an initial allocation of $10 billion. And as we said before, remember, we prioritize severity and we target vulnerabilities. So of that $10 billion, in approximation, $5 billion will be applied to the most severe. Yes. $4 billion will be applied to the second categorization of major. And that's what we're going after first, major and severe. However, we do acknowledge that even in the minor category, you have persons who fit certain vulnerabilities. And so therefore, of that billion, that will be applied to persons who even have minor damage, but who overlap with certain vulnerabilities.
Payment of grants under the Roofs initiative will be facilitated through multiple channels. These include digital vouchers, prepaid or payment cards, direct deposits to beneficiaries' bank accounts, and approved remittance-based mechanisms. The minister added that checks will be issued only in exceptional circumstances. Meanwhile, in addition to the Roofs initiative, there are 5 other components of the SRP under which Melissa-affected Jamaicans can also access support. These include government and partnership-led repairs, deployment of modular housing solutions, relocation or regularization, and support from the National Housing Trust. Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, Minister Charles notes that vulnerable groups will be given priority treatment under the Shelter Recovery Program.
As we do with everything in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, we make sure that in everything we do, we prioritize the vulnerable. So even in our assessments, we have prioritized the severity, meaning we started with the most severe and attempted to do as many of those. So you'll see the percentages in terms of those that are severe will not go up much in the next month because most of those have been completed. And we also target vulnerabilities. So whether it is major, severe, or minor, once you're a senior citizen, person with disability, or any of those issues, you are targeted and prioritized.
Colonel Charles Jr., Minister of Labour and Social Security. He was speaking at the launch of the program on Thursday. The government is launching an initiative aimed at equipping young unemployed Jamaicans with experience in construction work. The initiative, Building Resilience and Inspiring Development Through Guided Experience, or BRIDGE, will be rolled out through the Heart and STA Trust. Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon announced a bridge at an event held Thursday at the offices of the Jamaica Society for the Blind on Hope Road in St. Andrew.
The BRIDGE initiative is aimed at supporting recovery efforts in communities severely impacted by Hurricane Melissa. The BRIDGE program will equip 200 unemployed young people from St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, and Hanover with practical construction skills through guided work experience on active reconstruction sites. Trainees will receive hands-on instruction in roof repairs, steel fixing, and masonry with support from Hart-certified instructors.
Participants in the program will gain technical expertise through partnerships with Rwanda, Ghana, Ethiopia, and Guyana. Minister Maurice Dixon says participants will receive a stipend of over $60,000. She wants persons with disabilities to be included in the program, being managed by Hart and STA Trust.
Trainees will receive a stipend, so they'll get money, they're earning the training and they'll get money, as Hart often does, because we understand that we have to help them to get to work and to get to their training. And so during this period, trainees will receive a stipend of $65,000 per month. As this program is being implemented, I would like the trust to take or to give special attention, if possible, as much as possible, to members of the disabled community. We need to be able to get them to participate in programs like this.
Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education. Works Minister Robert Morgan says the questions must be asked about how efficiently the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, is spending money allocated for road maintenance. He was responding to criticism from Kingston's Mayor Andrew Swaby that the sum given to the KSAMC by central government to repair and maintain roads in the municipality is paltry.
Local authorities are simply not funded at the level that allows us to properly maintain the road under our care. The budgetary allocation from central government is woefully inadequate. On average, the KSAMC receives approximately $75 million per month through the parochial revenue fund for road maintenance. That figure is a drop in the bucket when compared to the size of the road network we manage and the funding available for the National Works Agency.
That was Andrew Swaby, Kingston's mayor, speaking on Tuesday at the monthly council meeting. But Minister Morgan says the mayor must stop making excuses.
The mayor would have campaigned to the people of the KSAMC that they have the solutions to the problems of the people. I never heard any arguments when they were telling the people that they were going to fix all their roads in the local government election, that they did not have enough money to fix it. How are you fixing the roads? Are you collecting the taxes and the fees that you're supposed to be collecting as a municipal corporation, and are you spending them efficiently? I don't get all the money I need to fix all the roads I want, but I try to do with what I get very efficiently.
Robert Morgan, Minister with responsibility for works. Opposition spokesman on education Damon Crawford says the continued use of schools as shelters months after Hurricane Melissa highlights the government's failure to implement a suitable post-disaster plan. He was speaking with journalists after a presentation at the Rotary Club of Kingston on Thursday.
They should be held accountable at this point. I think that the pre-Hurricane Melissa, there should have been a plan to transition from school shelters into non-school shelters. There seemed not to have been such a plan pre-Melissa. There should have been that density with sufficient bathrooms, etc., for persons to transition into. So it is clear to me that the government did not have a post-Melissa plan. A Category 5 is going to come. Some persons are going to need to be in shelters. Unfortunately, we use schools as shelters. Therefore, you needed to have a transition plan from shelters, and that should have been immediate. But where we are is where we are, and I think that the month can be given to them, but they must be held to the learning recovery process.
Some schools are still being used as shelters, even as classes have resumed at these institutions. The government says efforts are ongoing to decommission those shelters. The Education Ministry further notes that schools are using different learning modalities. These include face-to-face classes, remote lessons, and a rotational schedule. Crawford says the measures are ineffective.
It's a travesty. We had time to have meetings, planning and thinking, but there also must be a policy for transition moving forward. Even if we hold them accountable, if it is that the students are still losing learning opportunities, they would have already lost those learning opportunities. And I hear even the ministry speak to other modalities. Those cannot work. For example, TV can't work if none of Westmoreland have electricity. So how is TV going to work? Sending work to their home, that just cannot work. So I think that the ministry is just trying to say enough that we think they're doing something, building a narrative more than building a nation.
Damon Crawford, opposition spokesman on education. And that's it for the local segment of the news. Up next, regional and international.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6:19.
Start your year with purpose and pace. It's the JN Group Race for Hope 5K and Kids Fun Run 2026, happening Sunday, January 18th at Hope Gardens. Walk, run, or wheel through Jamaica's most iconic green space in aid of the redevelopment of Hope Gardens and women entrepreneurs in Western Jamaica affected by Hurricane Melissa. Bring the whole family. Register as a corporate team or come solo and be a part of the movement for wellness and restoration. Register now at runningeventsja.com. Registration ends January 13th. Let's race for hope.
In regional and international news this morning, regional news, Antigua and Barbuda is set to welcome 120 nurses from the Republic of Ghana next week. The announcement was made during Thursday's post-cabinet meeting briefing. The move is expected to offset the loss of local nurses to overseas recruitment. The Prime Minister's office says the nurses will be deployed at the Celeste Bird Medical Center and across community health clinics and schools. International, Canada and China on Friday announced a new strategic partnership following a meeting between the leaders of the two countries in Beijing. Among the key concessions, China will lower tariffs on Canadian canola seed, while Canada will allow 49,000 Chinese EVs into its market. The meeting between Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney and Chinese leader Xi Jinping comes after almost a decade of strained ties between Ottawa and Beijing. President Xi said there has been a turnaround in the relationship. Mark Carney is the latest in a string of leaders to visit Beijing looking to mend fences and boost trade with China. Also in international news at this hour, a South Korean court on Friday sentenced former President Yoon Suk Yeol to 5 years in prison over the martial law debacle that forced him out of office and other allegations. It's the first verdict from 8 criminal trials. Yoon was impeached, arrested, and dismissed as president after his short-lived imposition of martial law in December 2024. The most significant criminal charge against him alleges that the martial law enforcement amounted to a rebellion. An independent counsel has requested the death sentence over that charge. The Seoul Central District Court will decide on that in a ruling in February. And that's it for regional and international. Up next, sports.
Yo, check this out. This is Ding Dong Ravers, one of your patrons for the Sagicor Sigma Run 2026. And this year, we are bringing out the best as we run, walk, and wheel for the West.
Hi, this is Lisa Hanno, and I'm proud to be a patron for this run in aid of funds to repair and rebuild schools damaged by Hurricane Melissa.
Hey, Public Civil here. I spent my whole life trying to break records, but this record is going to be special.
We're aiming to raise a record $150 million for children in the West.
Well, everybody come jump up, lace up, wheel up. Donate some money, everybody sign up. We are run for the West.
Sign up now at SagicorSigmaRun.com.
In times of loss, sharing information matters. Nationwide 90 FM offers professional obituary announcements, ensuring family, friends, and communities are informed with care and dignity.
It's been a long day.
Obituaries are aired weekdays at 8:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m. When it's important to reach people, let us help you do so respectfully. Contact our sales team today, 876-630-1210, or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com for more information. Nationwide 90 FM, informing Jamaica with care.
Time now for your morning sports. We begin with some football news. The Chapelton Maroons extended their current unbeaten run in the Ren Nefi Jamaica Premier League to 4 games. On Thursday night, they clinically disposed of Arnott Gardens 3-0 at the Tony Spalding Complex to move into 6th in the standings. Rubino Gordon, Demoy Whitfield, and Sean Layton were on target for the Clarendon-based unit. Meanwhile, Montego Bay United returned to the top of the standings on Thursday after beating Tivoli Gardens 1-0 at Edward Seaga Sports Complex. Captain Owain Gordon scored for MBU in the 62nd minute as they moved to 35 points, 3 clear of second-place Racing United, who led the league for less than 24 hours. Portmore United moved closer to the leaders as they blitzed Spanish Town Police 4-0 in their St. Catherine derby at Ferdinita Park. Defender Clayton Peck bagged a brace for Portmore, with other goals coming from Ronaldo Robinson and Marquise Reed. Portmore are now on 30 points, 5 off the leaders and 2 behind Racing. In the other completed game on the day, Harbourview moved off the relegation zone after playing out a 1-1 draw with Waterhouse at Compound. Ron Brown gave Harbourview the lead on 54 minutes, but Colorado Murray equalized against his old team on the stroke of full time. 3 Jamaicans have been appointed to the FIFA referees panel for 2026, bringing to 21 the number of football officials from the country on the elite list. The lone referee appointed this year was Alexi Perry of St. Catherine, while assistant referees Rickton Archer, also of St. Catherine, and Keone Dunton of Clarendon got their maiden appointments. Jamaica leads the region with FIFA appointees, followed by Trinidad and Tobago with 14, and St. Kitts and Nevis with 11 officials. Finally, in your morning sports, the Issa Schoolboys Basketball Urban Zone Under-16 quarterfinals tipped off on Thursday, delivering high drama and standout performances across the courts. Stats edged Arden 67-65 in a thrilling contest powered by a sensational 49-point explosion from Shamaria Dawson. Campion secured a 49-40 win over Kingston College. Leighton Richards led Campion with 9 points, while Samuel Tyler chipped in with 8. St. George's College cruised past JC 68-45, with Joseph leading the way on 25 points. Wolmer's completed the quarterfinal lineup, defeating Excelsior 41-25, led by Malachi Richardson's 10 points. And that's it for your morning sports.
Think you know Jamaica? Culture, sports, current affairs? Then get ready to be put on the spot. Every Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m., Nationwide 90 FM gets the adrenaline pumping with Jamaica's newest live game show. Fast questions, real callers, live YouTube, real prizes. 1 minute you're listening, next minute you're on the spot. Can you think quickly? Can you answer fast? Prove your intellect on the spot. Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
business this morning, the U.S. says it had agreed to cut tariffs on goods from Taiwan to 15% in exchange for investment in domestic production of semiconductors. The Commerce Department says that the island's semiconductor and technology enterprises had committed to new direct investments worth at least $250 billion US. The deal also provides carve-outs from tariffs for Taiwanese semiconductor companies investing in the U.S., boosting U.S. production of semiconductor chips, which are found in machines ranging from cars to smartphones, has been a priority for the U.S. since shortages during the COVID-19 pandemic exposed supply chain risks. In an interview on CNBC, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that the agreement would help the U.S. become self-sufficient. The U.S. has devoted hundreds of billions of dollars in government subsidies to the semiconductor industry in recent years, helping to secure and expand investments from the likes of TSMC, the Taiwanese manufacturing giant that dominates the industry. As part of its earnings update on Thursday, the company said it was accelerating its investments in the U.S., where it opened a plant in 2024. Now, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down after 14 years at the helm of the studio that makes Star Wars, one of the highest-grossing Hollywood franchises in history. The studio said on Thursday that Kennedy, who was picked by Star Wars creator George Lucas to lead the company, will become a full-time producer. Best known for starring the reboot of the science fiction series, Kennedy oversaw hits like The Force Awakens, but she was also behind the franchise's first ever box office flop, Solo, a Star Wars story. Dave Filoni, who has worked on many of the studio's animated shows, will take the role of president and chief creative officer, working alongside co-president Lin-Wen Brennan. Filoni credited Kennedy for overseeing the greatest expansion in Star Wars storytelling. Kennedy has led Lucasfilm since 2012, when entertainment giant Disney bought the studio, home to the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchises. In foreign exchange trading this morning, the Jamaican dollar has gained 30 cents and will open trading against the benchmark US dollar, selling for an average $158.40. Against the Canadian, the Jamaican has gained 29 cents and will open selling for an average $113.84. And the Jamaican dollar has lost $1.14 and will begin trading for an average $214.25 against the British pound. That's it for business this morning.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6:31.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
This season is the time. Digicel is gifting smiles. Gift a smile, gift a smile, gift a smile. 64 people to win a grand prize. 250K to help you to gift a smile. Plus groceries and farming supplies. Keep your loved ones in mind. Gift a smile. Sharing the love from me to you. Samsung tablet video and your crew. Gift a smile. Gift a smile. This season, make sure everybody good. Digicel is helping you to gift a smile, gift a smile, gift a smile.
Commercial spaces for you. Parks and attractions for you. Housing and residential developments for you. Beautiful rental properties for you. Improving quality of life through infrastructure development across Jamaica for you. the Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation.
UDC for you.
Without a care in the world, you know me.
No worry for my head top, not at all.
And if you know me, you know say I know.
No,
put no trouble on my back.
Oh.
No, no worry about that. Cha-cha rise me out of my bed. I mean, go if and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright.
Tell you my alright.
Cha-cha sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, alright. I tell you me alright.
I got to give the most high praise. From me see the lick them on both eyes raised. Breathing the breath of life, so I pray to still I see I for watch over those like we. Yeah. Smile with the rising sun. The creation me never hiding from. No negativity up in our high kingdom. Mama Africa, your child to come.
Such a rise me out of my bed. I mean, go if and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright.
No,
I'm said Jaja sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, alright. I tell you me alright. Yeah.
What a speed from a day, Mother Earth, you I am free from a day.
Don't do it. No. Don't waste your time without giving up. It's all in your mind. Let it go, let it go. I'm here to remind you that anything's possible. Yeah, 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 yeah. Another day comes, another day goes. Some good, some bad, let it all flow. Some people love you, some people fear you, 'cause you carry greatness within you. You got the key, better use it. Find what you need to get through it. No worry about nothing, put your hands in the air, 'cause we're gonna make it through. Don't fail. Don't waste your time without giving up. It's all in your mind. Let it go, let it go. I'm here to remind you that anything's possible.
Give thanks for life. Give thanks for life. Oh, chimney, chimney. Today my rise like the sunrise, my bright and my upright. No one can block my vibes. I may not care who I fight, I know I criticize. I'm on the higher heights. So you can say what you want to and do what you want to. It's no concern to me. Come on, my own vision, me dip on my own mission to rule my destiny. Oh, it's my day to do anything I want to. It's my time, and I'll use it any way I want to. It's my life, and I'm responsible for every action. It's all mine, my day, my time, my life. I beg you, easy up, give me some reason, and don't invade my space. I'm in a different place, moving on my way. So if you feel like a champion, then nothing can go wrong. This one is your song. Hey, put away your troubles, put away your worries, help me sing along. Oh, it's my day to do anything I want to. It's my time, and I'll use it any way I want to. It's my life, and I'm responsible for every action. It's all mine, my day, my time, my life. Out there, feeling alive, feeling a vibe, and nothing can stop me. I don't care what they think or what they say about me. Look out, world, here we come. responsible for every action. It's all mine, my day, my time, my life. Jiminy, give thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life indeed, and thank God it's Friday. A very good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Happy Friday. You're tuned into Nationwide this morning, NTM, the big show. Thank you so much for coming on over and joining us this Friday morning. It is Friday, January 16, 2026. Good morning to our friends over there in the YouTube chat enjoying the music. Hello, hello. Good morning to those out there in Radioland. If you're listening from the app or from the website as usual, saying a very good morning to you. I'm Tawna Thomas.
And I'm Saeed Bernard. Top of the morning to you, our listeners or viewers, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, brewing coffee, boiling tea, yeah? Or you're already on the road, dropping your kids to school and getting yourself to work. Top of the morning to you, and dare I say, Happy New Year to you as well. Wishing you all the best for 2026, you know. That song, they have a vibe still, Tawna. My day, my time, use it any way I want to, but you don't get to use it any way you want to because you're going to work, you know, some vacation. So, you know, scrap that part of the song, but you're responsible for every action. So, you know, just enjoy the ordinary. Sometimes, you know, a regular routine day is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The boring is okay sometimes.
A regular routine day is fine sometimes. Yeah. So, speaking of regular routine, Tawna.
Yeah.
I've discovered one thing that really, really irks me. It annoys me. And they didn't really, you know, they didn't really groom us for this for adulthood at all. It's one of my biggest challenges in life, and I'm struggling with it. I really can't be bothered with it, and I wish they taught us how to do this in school to prepare us for adulthood. I hate having to think about what to eat. Hate. It is starting to annoy me now.
Yeah.
Having to decide what meals you're going to have in a day is one of the most annoying, yet important, but annoying things that you have to do.
Yeah. One of the things I've learned is I try to be intentional about it. That don't always work out though, but I try to do that, and I try to plan. Yeah. So Monday, these are the things I think I'm going to have. These are the things I think of. It's just like a household, you know, Saeed, where you have a 2-parent household. You know, they probably have 2-3 children. You have households like that where they place on the fridge, these are the meals that are going to be for dinner for this week. Yeah, because having to think about, okay, what am I going to eat? What are my kids gonna eat every day for the week? Yeah, it can be frustrating, annoying, and it's not a situation like back in the day where whatever your parents eating or say at that them eat and that you eat too.
Yes.
These days parents don't quite work like that. You have some that give their kids room. What do you want? So they have that conversation, and then the meal is planned out for the week. These are the things that will be made for the week, and it's placed on the fridge.
Yeah.
To make life a little bit easier. And you have a lot of people where the meals, people are thinking health conscious as well. So it's not just, okay, I get up and I go down the road and I buy this to eat and I just work with it. So it makes it even more difficult thinking and trying to, you know, organize what are my meals.
I mean, it is a privilege because I remember when, you know, your mother gave you one option to eat.
That's
eat it. I mean, how I grew up, I never have no other option. And mommy really never have no other option either. So it was easier. So it is a privilege to get to choose what you want to eat. But man, it is, I find it annoying. I find it really annoying. You say people that can't cook that. I don't enjoy cooking, to be honest with you. I don't enjoy.
But it's
it at
also
all.
about what to prepare. It's not
and
just
then the thing is,
what to prepare. So some households they just plan it out for the week and put it on the fridge.
I guess you're telling me that I need a household then.
But you can do the same thing as a bachelor. No man side, you can do the same thing as a bachelor. All right, it's Friday now, and you're thinking about next week. So you're on the weekend, you say, okay, these are the things I think I'm going to have for the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I don't think I subscribed to the Adults Pro Max package. I didn't subscribe to that one. And I'll take this opportunity to apologize.
Let it be your 2026.
I'll take this opportunity to apologize to my mother because I now miss when she would say, see a breakfast there, eat that. See a dinner there, eat that. I miss it. But then we just said, boy, me did want this instead of that. But no, I wish, but we could just, see a breakfast there, see a lunch, see a dinner there. That I eat, full stop. I'm sorry, mommy. I did not appreciate those days as much as I would now. I always say, what donkey, the use their tail till it loses it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what makes it worse, cow. Well, donkey or cow, the two of them have tail. And then what makes it worse, Donna, is I go to the gym and I'm trying to eat a particular way. So I have to count the macros, I have to count the calories, and I have to count the protein intake.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like I'm eating to hit numbers. And that makes the whole meal planning process way more stressful.
Yeah. Is there still a tradition in Jamaica where particular days many households in country cook the same thing? For example, I know that there's a soup day.
Saturdays.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for my household it was Thursday. But broadly in Jamaica is a Saturday. Rice and peas and chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Sunday.
course, that's Sunday meal. Yeah, so is that still a thing? I
think so, yeah.
Households still...
Unbalanced bar forward Sunday, Monday?
Yes, of course.
Love a good Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, people in Jamaica still do Sunday, Monday.
Me love stew peas. You know stew peas, King?
There's a stew peas day.
Stew peas with some beef in it and 2 spinners. Wow.
So Charmaine Walker says, yes, Tana, the tradition continues. But there's a stew peas day?
Yeah, you have a stew peas day. Wednesday.
Oh,
so usually it's Sunday, Monday, and sometimes you can stretch to Tuesday. Because if you have some cabbage, you use that and stretch it.
Wait. Hold on. Start over.
So Sunday, Monday.
Right.
And then you cook a little something for stretch the Sunday, Monday into Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wednesday is stew peas
day. So Thursday is what?
Dumpling and banana. Whatever.
Alright, ground provisions is a Thursday.
And then Friday nobody no cook.
Friday nobody cooks.
Yeah, you buy jerk chicken or something.
Right, and then Saturday soup day. And then rice and peas and chicken.
Rice and peas again.
That
is it.
So everybody's saying yes, Wednesday is stew peas day. And then somebody's saying, no, there's no stew peas day. But most people seem to be agreeing that there's a stew peas day. But then Dela Shirley says her stew peas day is a Tuesday. And somebody says, and here goes Ines Icam saying stew peas is Tuesday. So
some people say Tuesday,
there is a stew peas day.
But there is
suffice it to say, there's a stew peas day in Jamaica.
There is.
And then Miss Chin is saying, I love steppers on a Thursday. That's chicken foot. So...
Wait, steppers? Oh, wait.
Yes.
hold on. Steppers is chicken foot?
Yes.
Damn, I never know that.
So we didn't have anything for Thursday. So maybe chicken foot is the Thursday tradition in Jamaica.
Chicken foot? No, but...
Somebody says curry chicken. So which day is a curry chicken day?
Curry chicken day on the Thursday because the steppers not going at the soup.
Yes, you can have chicken foot in the soup, but anything can go in the soup. But maybe Thursday is a curry day. Maybe I'm curry the chicken foot too. And curry chicken.
Well, look like me I forgot to get out of them schedule there.
right.
For cook it up. Man. No, I can't cook, As a matter of fact, I'll tell you, King. I'll tell you. And if I need to bring evidence, I will bring the evidence. Listen. No. I will tell you. When I was in London studying and I missed home, I learned to cook curry goat. And as a matter of fact, people like Renee MacDonald, who I studied with in London, she would come to my apartment ever so often because once we put on the pressure cooker with the curry goat, she have to land her foot. No, me I tell you, boss. And then say the food tastes good. Listen. If it means I need to call the evidence, I'll let them come in on the radio and give evidence to the curry goat. Michelle, we're going to have to set it up.
No,
Michelle.
Please. How about next week, Friday?
I'm going to set it up.
And we facilitate Zoom.
No,
okay?
the thing. Why don't I
If
believe
you can't
me?
come into studio.
My curry goat season from the night before.
Wow.
We can cook curry goat. Jano Star. Yeah. I'm going to cut up Irish and put in it and carrot. Colorful. But me
Jermaine says if he snaps his fingers, Said will believe he can cook. Then he snapped his fingers.
It's a new year. It's 2026. And I'm dispelling some things this year. One of the things I am committing to dispel at Nationwide Radio in 2026 is that I cannot cook. I can. Do I enjoy cooking it? Sometimes, because I only cook when I'm in the mood to cook. I feel in the mood and feel like, yeah, I'm going to put on a pot. But outside of that, when I like the routine cooking. So I'm going to dispel it this year.
Folks said I should call the evidence.
I'm going to call the evidence.
Call the
Michelle,
witnesses.
we're going to set it up.
Yes, man.
And I'm not even going to say it.
Are there pictures?
Huh?
Do you have pictures?
I think I might have some pictures.
Pictures of the cooking in London?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I tell you, and I learned to cook stew beef.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll be honest, the stew beef is not 100 yet. Some of the people are going to brag about that. But the curry goat, 110%. 110%. Nobody the belly never run. And the curry did nice. People lick off their finger and them toe.
Period.
Yeah. No, but may I tell you, the curry goat is sharp, man. And an authentic curry goat too.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm what meat me I talk about. Authentic curry goat.
Yeah, we're going to bring the witnesses.
Well, don't believe me. I'm going to bring the evidence. I'm going to call in the evidence one day.
Operators of public passenger vehicles. The Transport Authority's motor vehicle inspection begins January 12. Get your vehicles inspected at any of the authorized facilities in preparation for the upcoming licensing period. The time by the Transport Authority is
6:50.
JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union offers financial solutions for every stage in your life: savings, auto loans, mortgages, and more. The Temperature by JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union, your financial partner for life, is
24 degrees in Kingston, 24 west in Montego Bay, and 19 in Mandeville.
This season is the time. Digital is gifting smiles. Gift a smile, gift a smile, gift a smile. 64 people to win a grand prize. 250K to help you to gift a smile. Plus groceries and farming supplies. Keep your loved ones in mind. Gift a smile. Sharing the love from me to you. Samsung tablet video and your crew. Gift a smile, gift a smile. This season, make sure everybody good. Digital is helping you to gift a smile, gift a smile, gift a smile.
In times of loss, sharing information matters. Nationwide 90 FM offers professional obituary announcements, ensuring family, friends, and communities are informed with care and dignity.
It's been a long day.
Obituaries are aired weekdays at 8:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m. When it's important to reach people, let us help you do so respectfully. Contact our sales team today, 876-630-1210, or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com for more information. Nationwide 90 FM, informing Jamaica with care.
It's 8 minutes going up to 7 o'clock, and it's that time for Street Smart with the man Ludlow McLean. Good morning, Ludlow.
Good morning to all the listeners and the child, I should say. Morning to your foodie and Donna
Hey, to you,
all
Ludlow.
the other listeners, wise, child, and food. I tell you, I want to say something after though. But the situation at this time is we're not seeing the sun yet, but some clouds are above. Not for sure if we're going to get afternoon rain, but the roadways are busy already. No major delays or no major traffic delays right now along Reddy's Road, coming across going across that overpass there. It's pretty good going as you make your way down Reddy's Road and going across the boulevard towards Dunrobin. Yes, a little build-up is there, but by and large, it's really good vehicular movement. Reddy's Road going across the Eastwood Park Road. Pretty good movement, and across Cassia Park Road, it is also, but that's one tends to build as the morning progresses. Reddy's Road going across the Cassia Park Road. Some of the vehicles make it on the Cassia Park Avenue, and some on Onsdene, and then they exit onto Malines Road. Some are exiting Malines in the Malines, Walton Park Road, but Walton Park Road at the moment is really flowing freely. The traffic along Malines Road Boulevard coming towards that intersection is also free flowing at the moment. So as you make your way across Hadley Park Road, it's pretty good movement until you get closer towards half the three-way building. Likewise, Maxfield Avenue coming up and going through the Richmond Park community at this point in time. It's not too bad. Richmond Park Avenue, Montgomery Avenue, and all these roads are doing well so far. But it's going to change as the morning progresses. So it's our first report for the morning. For the morning, it's over to you, Syed, but Syed, just a quick one. When they should have taught in school how to cleanse the system, nourish it, and preserve it, nutrition should have been taught early. So you know what is the protein intake, the carb, and all of these different minerals that you need for your body. Carbs seem to be a big issue these days. They say our bodies don't metabolize carbohydrates. So especially the resistant starch is not too bad, but the refined carbohydrates, that seems to be the issues. All right, so there's a lot to be taught about these areas, and it should have been taught in school. All right, Syed, it's over to you.
Lolo, thanks for the bit of info there, because we don't know half of you just say. Big up yourself.
Up next, the word of the day. Word of the day, spelled Mondegreen, spelled Mondegreen.
Mondegreen. Mondegreen. Mondegreen.
Mondegreen is your word of the day, a noun meaning a word or phrase from a mishearing of another word or phrase, especially in a song or poem. Mondegreen is your word of the day to use it in a sentence. Like many other fans, she thought the lyrics were all the lonely Starbucks lovers instead of got a long list of ex-lovers, but she later learned it was a Mondegreen. Mondegreen, your word of the day. Definition again, a word or phrase from a mishearing of another word or phrase, especially in a song or poem. Up next are features at the top of the hour, the news.
As parents, it's easy to fall into the habit of saying no when our children make requests or act out. But what if, instead of shutting down the conversation, we used these moments to build their problem-solving skills? Today on Parenting Tips, we look at problem solving. Children constantly face decisions and challenges, whether it's figuring out how to share a toy, deal with a disagreement, or solve a tricky homework question. Instead of immediately giving them the answer or saying, "No, that won't work," try asking, "What do you think we should do?" This simple shift encourages them to think for themselves, explore solutions, and develop confidence in their decision making. By guiding them to think through the consequences, you're teaching responsibility, not just enforcing rules. The benefits of this approach encourages independence. They learn to assess situations and come up with solutions. Reduces power struggles. Instead of feeling controlled, they feel involved in decisions. And it builds emotional intelligence. They learn to consider consequences and others' feelings. Of course, some situations need a firm no for safety reasons, like running into a street or touching something dangerous. But even then, explain why and ask, what's a safer way to do this? By turning no into a conversation, we give our children the tools to solve problems now and in the future. Try it today and see how your child responds. That's all for Parenting Tips this week.
Fearless and fair, Nationwide 90 FM.
Communication in today's world is the survival of any organization. Effective communication is significant for entrepreneurs regardless of whether they are large, medium-sized, small, or micro-sized. This is Lifestyle Pages on Business Communication. Communication helps manage, promote, and motivate employees about the task at hand, what is to be done, and how to improve the performance in reaching their goals. Communication also helps with the finding and sourcing of information for all members in the decision-making process. Essential information which must be communicated to the manager, who must in return talk to or have dialogue with his or her employees before proposal or project is acted upon or implemented. This way, no one can complain that they did not know of the proposal or the project. Communication is also crucial in changing or altering individual minds and attitudes, and helps with socialization between the employer and employees, as well as between employees in resolving disputes, which in turn makes solving disputes easier. Lack of good and proper communication can cripple or cause an organization or company to collapse. I'm Valerie, and those were Lifestyle Pages.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica, let's make road safety a priority. Slow down, stay focused. Remember, every life matters. The time brought to you by the JIS is...
News time, 7 o'clock.
One nation, one purpose. To rebuild stronger than before. Build it to last with tools and equipment from National Supply. The temperature by National Supply is...
24 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston, also 24 out west in Montego Bay, and in Mandeville, 19 degrees Celsius.
The most credible news in the morning. The news at 7 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Coming up in the news at 7 for this morning, Friday, January 16, 2026. The government's shelter recovery program to get underway by the end of the month. Police make renewed appeal not to confront them during operations. The authority responsible for fast-tracking the post-Melissa national rebuilding effort is now up and running. And in international news, Canada announces strategic partnership with China. The details after the break.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
With the details, I'm Tawna Thomas. Information Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, is now operational. She made the announcement during a post-cabinet media briefing this week.
The NARA, which a lot of people ask about, the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, that is now in place. It is operating as a department of cabinet, and the cabinet secretary has oversight. In a very short period of time, you will start seeing advertisements for the positions in NARA. We also had conversations around an advisory board for NARA and individuals to be placed on that with requisite expertise.
NARA was announced by the Prime Minister following the passage of Hurricane Melissa last October. The authority is responsible for fast-tracking and overseeing the post-Melissa national rebuilding effort. It has a sunset date of 5 years, renewable by Parliament. NARA's administrative expenditure will be financed from the national budget, with the recovery and reconstruction activities to be initially financed from the National Natural Disaster Recovery Fund. Minister Morris-Dixon says the National Partnership Council will play a key role in NARA.
We also discussed the National Partnership Council that has civil society, it has the church, it has academia, it has the opposition on it, and that body being an important part of the oversight mechanism of NARA.
Senator Dr. Dana Morse Dixon, Information Minister. President of the Jamaican Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA, Catherine Silvera, is supporting the call by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness for greater local investment in the economy.
I think that all of us within ourselves in Jamaica, all of our private sector needs to continue the level of investment that we have been making over the past few years. Wisynco is just one of many manufacturers that have invested and one of many to come. We also look to see how we can form partnerships with overseas investors to invest more into Jamaica because we see the potential in Jamaica. We see that the growth is coming. I mean, Statin reported that the third quarter of 2025 was showing significant growth over 2024. Before the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. So we see the potential that Jamaica has.
She was speaking at the opening of Wisynco's manufacturing facility in St. Catherine earlier this week. In his keynote address at the event, Prime Minister Holness stressed that investment is critical for Jamaica to increase its gross domestic product, GDP. He also listed initiatives his administration has pursued to encourage greater local investment. The JMEA president says while she has seen improvement, there are still obstacles preventing local companies from investing more.
There are still a lot of challenges that we face. I mean, we have high energy costs, we have high interest rates, we also have challenges with our road network. Logistics are also one of the things that we need to work on, and of course, bureaucracy and red tape. We have seen that in all areas that I've just mentioned, there has been some movement in the right direction, but we need to see it more. We need to see faster movement as well.
Catherine Silvera, president of the JMEA. The government has spent almost $230 million to provide food relief in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Permanent Secretary in the Labor and Social Security Ministry, Dion Jennings, provided the update at Wednesday's sitting of Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, PAAC.
We would have procured food item in the amount of $228.3 million, and this comprised $52 million after the hurricane and $52 million for pre-positioning, that's before the hurricane, and $176.3 million post-hurricane expenditure.
She also provided an update on the number of homes assessed as the authorities continue to count the cost of the damage caused by the storm.
As of January 13, 26, we are close to 70,000 households being assessed. The actual figure is 69,085 households have been assessed to date. And of course, we would have classified the damage in 4 categories. The no damage, level 1, where there is no significant damage. Level 2, there is minor damage. Level 3, major damage, and level 4, totally destroyed, where it is extremely severe.
Dion Jennings, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. Now, Labor and Social Security Minister Pernod Charles Jr. says the first major component of the Shelter Recovery Program, SRP, is set to get underway by the end of January. That component will see the provision of a cash grant dubbed Restoration of Owner or Occupant Family Shelters, or short ROOFs. The minister launched the program on Thursday. Mahira Stewart tells us more.
The Restoration of Owner or Occupant Family Shelters ROOFs grant is the main component of the government's Hurricane Melissa Shelter Recovery Program. Under the program, Melissa-impacted Jamaicans who were assessed by the Labor and Social Security Ministry can access reconstruction and rehabilitation assistance. Minister Charles Jr. says under ROOFs, persons can access up to $500,000 in hurricane relief.
ROOFs is the major component of the SRP that will allow for us now to satisfy the passage of benefit to that person who is either in the minor, major, or severe category. So if you don't have any damage, you're not going to be a part of ROOFs. If no significant damage, you're not a part of roofs. But minor, major, severe, you're part of roofs. Now, you get tiered $75,000, $200,000, and $500,000 in terms of grant applied in that tier.
The minister disclosed that to date, more than 200,000 Jamaicans in almost 70,000 households have been assessed. Those assessed with minor damage will receive support of up to $75,000. Households with major damage will be eligible for up to $200,000, while those with severe damage may access up to $500,000. Minister Charles Jr. says roofs will roll out by the end of January.
Let me answer the question of when does the SRP start? It starts already. But the roofs section, which I know many persons are interested in, that initial $10 billion allocation, our effort is to continue the work with the geospatial team and my team to get everything together to get that moving by the end of January.
The minister provided a breakdown of how the $10 billion allocated for roofs will be spent.
It's an initial allocation of $10 billion. And as we said before, remember, we prioritize severity and we target vulnerabilities. So of that $10 billion, in approximation, $5 billion will be applied to the most severe. Yes. $4 billion will be applied to the second categorization of major. And that's what we're going after first. Major and severe. However, we do acknowledge that even in the minor category, you have persons who fit certain vulnerabilities. And so therefore, of that billion, that will be applied to persons who even have minor damage, but who overlap with certain vulnerabilities.
Payment of grants under the Roofs initiative will be facilitated through multiple channels. These include digital vouchers, prepaid or payment cards, direct deposits to beneficiaries' bank accounts, and approved remittance-based mechanisms. The minister added that checks will be issued only in exceptional circumstances. Meanwhile, in addition to the Roofs initiative, there are 5 other components of the SRP under which Melissa-affected Jamaicans can also access support. These include government and partnership-led repairs, deployment of modular housing solutions, relocation or regularization, and support from the National Housing Trust. Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, Minister Charles notes that vulnerable groups will be given priority treatment under the Shelter Recovery Program.
As we do with everything in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, we make sure that in everything we do, we prioritize the vulnerable. So even in our assessments, we have prioritized the severity, meaning we started with the most severe and attempted to do as many of those. So you'll see the percentages in terms of those that are severe will not go up much in the next month because most of those have been completed. And we also target vulnerabilities. So whether it is major, severe, or minor, once you're a senior citizen, person with disability, or any of those issues, you are targeted and prioritized.
Colonel Charles Jr., Minister of Labour and Social Security, he was speaking at the launch of the program on Thursday. Plans for the full restoration of water to areas served by the Roaring River facility in Westmoreland appears to have hit a snag. This as major leaks have been identified along the network following the restoration of power at the facility. In a statement overnight, the National Water Commission, NWC, says some 40 lengths of pipeline spanning an estimated 800 feet have been dislocated along the network. It says the dislocated pipelines were not visible while the system was inactive in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. NWC describes the damage as extensive. The Commission says while active pumping at the facility is now possible, the leaks have necessitated a reduction in full operational capacity to limit further water loss and to facilitate targeted repair works. The repairs are expected to take 3 days, with completion targeted for Saturday, January 17. Meanwhile, the NWC says the water supply systems at Caledonia, Withorn, and Barneside will go into operation once the Roaring River plant is operating at full capacity. The facilities are being retrofitted with backup generators to facilitate pumping of water to affected areas. The government is launching an initiative aimed at equipping young unemployed Jamaicans with experience in construction work. The initiative, Building Resilience and Inspiring Development Through Guidance Experience, or short BRIDGE, will be rolled out through the Hart NSTA Trust. Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon announced a BRIDGE at an event held Thursday at the offices of the Jamaica Society for the Blind on Hope Road, Old Hope Road in St. Andrew.
The BRIDGE initiative is aimed at supporting recovery efforts in communities severely impacted by Hurricane Melissa. The BRIDGE program will equip 200 unemployed young people from St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, and Hanover with practical construction skills through guided work experience on active reconstruction sites. Trainees will receive hands-on instruction in roof repairs, steel fixing, and masonry with support from Hart-certified instructors.
Participants in the program will gain technical expertise through partnerships with Rwanda, Ghana, Ethiopia, and Guyana. Minister Morris-Dixon says participants will receive a stipend of over $60,000. She wants persons with disabilities to be included in the program being managed by Hart NSTA Trust.
Trainees will receive a stipend, so they'll get money, they're learning the trade, and they'll get money, as Hart often does, because we understand that we have to help them to get to work and to get to their training. And so during this period, trainees will receive a stipend of $65,000 per month. As this program is being implemented, I would like the trust to take or to give special attention, if possible, as much as possible, to members of the disabled community. We need to be able to get them to participate in programs like this.
Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, Minister of Education. Works Minister Robert Morgan says questions must be asked about how efficiently the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, is spending money allocated for road maintenance. He was responding to criticism from Kingston's Mayor Andrew Swaby that the sum given to the KSAMC by central government to repair and maintain roads in the municipality is paltry.
Local authorities are simply not funded at the level that allows us to properly maintain the road under our care. The budgetary allocation from central government is woefully inadequate. On average, the KSAMC receives approximately $75 million per month through the parochial revenue fund for road maintenance. That figure is a drop in the bucket when compared to the size of the road network we manage and the funding available for the National Works Agency.
Andrew Swaby, Kingston's mayor, speaking on Tuesday at the monthly council meeting. But Minister Morgan says that the mayor must stop making excuses.
The mayor would have campaigned to the people of the KSAMC that they have the solutions to the problems of the people. I never heard any argument when they were telling the people that they were going to fix all their roads in the local government election, that they did not have enough money to fix it. How are you fixing the roads? Are you collecting the taxes and the fees that you're supposed to be collecting as a municipal corporation, and are you spending them efficiently? I don't get all the money I need to fix all the roads I want, but I try to do with what I get very efficiently.
Robert Morgan, Minister with responsibility for works. Opposition spokesman on education Damien Crawford says the continued use of schools as shelters months after Hurricane Melissa highlights the government's failure to implement a suitable post-disaster plan. He was speaking with the journalists after a presentation at the Rotary Club of Kingston on Thursday.
They should be held accountable at this point. I think that the pre-Hurricane Melissa, there should have been a plan to transition from school shelters into non-school shelters. There seemed not to have been such a plan pre-Melissa. There should have been that density with sufficient bathrooms, etc., for persons to transition into. So it is clear to me that the government did not have a post-Melissa plan. A category 5 is going to come. Some persons are going to need to be in shelters. Unfortunately, we use schools as shelters. Therefore, you needed to have a transition plan from shelters, and that should have been immediate. But where we are is where we are, and I think that the month can be given to them, but they must be held to the learning recovery process.
Some schools are still being used as shelters, even as classes have resumed at these institutions. The government says efforts are ongoing to decommission those shelters. The Education Ministry further notes that schools are using different learning modalities. These include face-to-face classes, remote lessons, and a rotational schedule. Crawford says that the measures are ineffective.
It's a travesty. We had time to have meetings, planning and thinking, but there also must be a policy for transition moving forward. Even if we hold them accountable, if it is that the students are still losing learning opportunities, they would have already lost those learning opportunities. And I hear even the ministry speak to other modalities. Those cannot work. For example, TV can't work if none of Westmoreland have electricity. So how is TV going to work? Sending work to their home, that just cannot work. So I think that the ministry is just trying to say enough that we think they're doing something, building a narrative more than building a nation.
Damien Crawford, opposition spokesman on education. To international, Canada and China on Friday announced a new strategic partnership following a meeting between the leaders of the two countries in Beijing. Among the key concessions, China will lower tariffs on Canadian colonial seed from 85% to 15% by March 1, while Canada will allow 49,000 Chinese EVs into its market at the most favored nation rate of 6.1%. The deal is a breakthrough after years of strained ties and tit-for-tat levies. Xi hailed the turnaround in their relationship, which is also a win for Carney, the first Canadian leader to visit China in nearly a decade. He has been trying to diversify Canadian trade away from the U.S., his country's biggest trading partner, following the uncertainty of Trump's on-again, off-again tariffs. Carney is the latest in a string of leaders to visit Beijing, looking to mend fences and boost trade with China. And that's it for the news at 7.
Sign up for the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free. The time by JN Money is
7:19.
Managing your investments with Sagicor is now easy as ever. You can fund stocks, repos, and do more seamlessly. Even get a clear overview of your portfolio performance on the enhanced Sagicor eBank platform. Want to experience effortless investment banking on Sagicor eBank? It's as easy as ever. Contact your Sagicor Investment Wealth Advisor today and update your personal information for access. Call 888-SAGICOR or visit sagicor.com for more information.
Season is the time. Digicel is gifting smiles. Gift a smile, gift a smile, gift a smile. 64 people to win a grand prize. 250K to help you to gift a smile. Plus groceries and farming supplies. Keep your loved ones in mind. Gift a smile. Sharing the love from me to you. Samsung tablet video and your crew. Gift a smile, give a smile. This season, make sure everybody good. Digicel is helping you to gift a smile, gift a smile, gift a smile.
That time of the morning when we get our second report of Street Smart with Ludlow McLean. Hey again to you, Ludlow.
Hey, Donna, morning time again. You're also a foodie, you know.
Indeed.
Anyway, motorists and traveling passengers, drivers, and all the various modes of transportation, morning time again, and our visitors leaving and some returning and all of that. So anyway, the situation though below Crossroads, remember now Half a Tree is quite busy, quite active, going on in the Crossroads here by Half a Tree Road, Retirement Road, those areas are building, but when you go below Crossroads, it's really good going. Slipe Road, Slipe Pen Road, all these areas are having good movement. However, should you make it around Hero Circle, that is in the vicinity of Rumors Boys School, there is a tremendous amount of traffic there. A lot of drop-offs are taking place there, so if you can avoid going around the Hero Circle section, that's the northern side of Hero Circle. The western side is not bad, it's pretty good going, and the road, as I said, parallel running Orange Street is pretty good. As you make your way across to East Street, movement is also good. And going further down, you're going to also have a little bit of traffic in the vicinity of North Street, heading towards South Camp Road. I remember, again, 2 schools are there, St. George's and also Kingston College. Holy Trinity is there too, but you can make it easier to get to Holy Trinity. Now, the situation in the Winwood Road area is also busy in both directions, heading towards East Queen Street and going further towards East Parade. And definitely, by the end of this report, you'll be having traffic in many other areas. But I can tell you, Mandela at this time is pretty active, quite busy as they make your way to 6 Miles and Spanish Town Road. It is inevitable you're going to have traffic. All right, Pittsburgh. Have yourselves a great weekend, and as usual, at Street Smart, your safety is all concerned. Donna.
Yes, Ludlow?
Food is about what you digest, so you have to classify what is food and not food. All right, we'll go on again.
All right, thank you so much, Ludlow. Have a good weekend. That's it for Street Smarts with Ludlow McLean. Up next, the front page.
Front Page is brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. You're now tuned in to our discussion segment, The Front Page. Opposition spokesman on education, Damon Crawford, says discussions on the sector should not be limited to external examinations, but be broadened to include learning recovery. He says the gap is most evident at the early childhood level, as basic schools appear to have been left out of the government's post-Hurricane Melissa plans. The government announced changes to the primary exit profile PEP exams to better assist students impacted by the Category 5 system.
The Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, has also proposed a modified approach to its exams for schools across 7 parishes. Mr. Crawford welcomed the news, but he says exam adjustments alone will not address the long-term impact of Hurricane Melissa on the education system. He was a guest speaker at a meeting of the Rotary Club of Kingston on Thursday. Well, the opposition spokesman on education, Damien Crawford, he joins us now. Good morning, Sir Crawford.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. All is well with you?
Yeah, life is good. Life is good.
Good.
Happy
Well,
New Year.
please expound on what you're saying. You're saying you welcome the Caribbean Examinations Council's proposal as it relates to a modified approach for examinations for schools across the 7 parishes out west, but you're saying it does not go far enough to address the problems.
The CXC intervention is for the group in which the CXC has direct responsibility for, meaning those sitting the exams. The government intervention should be for all 16 years for which they have responsibilities for. And those 15 years would include those people who don't have an exit or final exam. So while it is that the CXC has done what the CXC needs to do, I'm saying that is not a fulsome solution to the problems that we have, but it's not CXC's duty to solve the 4th form, 3rd form, 1st form, 7th grade, 3rd grade, and basic school problems.
So are you saying that they have not done anything to address those other grades outside
From
of
the
what
government
6?
standpoint, the government focus seems to be in the main on those who are at the final point of whatever category that they are, whether it is PEP exams or CXC exams. But learning loss, learning recovery, and the impact of learning loss impacts all persons. So, for example, a person in 7th grade who have not gone to school for 2 months would still have some recovery to do, would still need some level of intervention. And what we have seen even from the claim that all schools are open is that a lot of them are facilitating only exam students. And we have had no plan put forward, in my opinion, for the interventions that are necessary for those who are not exam students. Even the schools on rotation are facilitating 11th grade mainly, or 6th grade, and have left the others to wither away.
Is it that you're hearing in the main, Mr. Crawford, from school administrators, educators, that the other modalities are not as effective as they can be? Because that's what the Ministry of Education has placed on the table. For those who are not in the physical classroom doing the face-to-face, they are employing other modalities to ensure that teaching and learning is continuing.
Well, the government in general and the ministry seem to not be willing to say as much for the people to believe something is happening. We have the experience of COVID to recognize that quote-unquote other modalities don't work. Sounds nice, but they have not worked. Now let us look at one, for example, of distance learning. The ineffectiveness of the energy, electricity, and also the low digital internet capacity, especially within those most affected areas at this particular point in time, would mean that distance learning is not going to be an option.
But outside of that, the COVID experience, have you done, for example, a canvassing of the views of educators in those affected parishes to hear from them that the modalities that the Ministry of Education has employed outside of the face-to-face is not working?
Well, allow me to finish the answer. But yes, there is a greater dependence on the history of what has occurred than to say what you expect to happen. We have had a situation that we have tried to do distance learning, and in trying to do distance learning, we did not have the hindrances of more electricity and no internet. Now we have those hindrances which renders distance.
Hello?
Mr. Crawford? All right, so it seems we've lost connection with the opposition spokesman on education, Damon Crawford. We're going to make the connection with him, take a break, and then come back with more on NTM.
Jamaica live good, yeah. I make we enjoy life, but we feel safe at night. Jamaica live good.
Jamaica, stop the killing and give up the guns. Just live good now.
The time brought to you by the Ministry of National Security and Peace is
7:30.
This holiday season, give yourself the gift that keeps on giving. Speed Queen washers and dryers from Singer. Speed Queen appliances are built to last, providing you with reliable performance and efficient cleaning season after season. And for a limited time only, receive free laundry basket and Woolite detergent with your Speed Queen purchase from Singer. This Christmas, get 6 months to pay the cash price, 12 months no interest, and up to 24 months credit. Visit Singer today and get the ultimate laundry solution. Merry Christmas from Singer.
Managing your investments with Sagicor is now easy as ever. You can fund stocks, repos, and do more seamlessly. Even get a clear overview of your portfolio performance on the enhanced Sagicor eBank platform. Want to experience effortless investment banking on Sagicor eBank? It's as easy as ever. Contact your Sagicor Investment Wealth Advisor today and update your personal information for access. Call 888-SAGICOR or visit sagicor.com for more information.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. You're still tuned in to the front page, and we do have the opposition spokesman on education, Damon Crawford, back on the line. Mr. Crawford, welcome back to the program. You can continue your point in relation to why these modalities are creating a challenge in terms of the teaching and learning process post Hurricane Melissa. Right, so we're still trying to make contact with the opposition spokesman on education. He has put forward to say that discussions on the sector should not be limited to external examinations, the PEP and the CXCs, but should be broadened to include learning recovery. The opposition spokesman on education has also pointed out that the gap is most evident at the early childhood level, as basic schools appear to have been left out of the government's post-Hurricane Melissa plans, and we're going to get to that as well. Welcome back to the program, Mr. Crawford.
Yes, thank you. As the Lord would have it, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Mm-hmm. So we have lost our own connection.
We're happy to have you back.
Right. So you'd have heard, for example, MP Campbell indicate that no one in Westmoreland had electricity at this time. And even when there's a restoration of electricity, there would be some inconsistency, and also there will be some delay for them to have access to the internet, all of which would facilitate distance learning. The argument that they will send work books to the home, again, is an inefficient remedy, because many of these homes don't have the conditions or the environment of study, including silence, etc., but the facilitators of learning, meaning a parent who can assist with the intervention. So, therefore, all of those things are good to say, but have been rendered ineffective and proven inefficient in our COVID experience and other experiences. So,
do you know how many schools in Westmoreland where there's a mixed modality, where you have a situation where children are being sent workbooks or work assignments to their homes?
Well, not only schools, because the school don't have to be demolished for the child to be unavailable. The child home can be demolished, the child's access can be demolished. So while there may be functioning schools in some categories, the students are still absent because they don't have all the reality to facilitate their attendance. So there can be major impact to home and major impact to access, meaning the space between home and school, that cause for some absenteeism to students who might have schools that are functioning or partially functioning. The term mixed modality does not suggest that there is not learning loss and a need for learning recovery. It suggests simply that the government has sold a concept that they're trying to do something about the issue. One of the mixed modalities is the people are going to school half day. That was efficient. We would have allowed that to happen for many years. Another mixed modality is that they're going for 3 days, some 2 days per week. If that was efficient, we wouldn't have forced them to do 5. So therefore, these arguments doesn't render the fact that they are not being satisfactorily thought and not being satisfactorily planned for.
I want to come to you, Mr. Crawford, about solutions, because based on what you've outlined, first of all, let me ask you, are these the same complaints you've heard and have gleaned as it relates to the early childhood sector as well?
Well, that sector is in even greater peril, because they are not owned in the main by the government, and there has not been an allocation for their reconstruction. So while work is in progress for many of the primary and secondary schools that have had impact from the hurricane, there has been no contribution or allocation for basic schools who are mainly privately owned, and in the more desperate communities such as deep rural and inner city communities don't have the capacity to generate high income. So these persons not being able to refurbish would then have a situation where the basic school populace are left without a school to attend, and that is of great concern to me and to many educators.
So you've outlined a series of factors that are affecting primary high school education, save and except those who are at the exam level, and the early childhood sector. What are your solutions as it regards the high school and primary school children who are suffering from the learning loss? You've outlined that, yes, there might be problems at home, there might not even be a home, and there might also be problems at school. If you are education minister here in 2026 with this facing you, what would you have done differently? What's your solution?
Well, for one, we need plans for the scenarios that exist for teachers and for students. For one, I don't think that we have had enough plans for teachers who are the facilitators of learning. For example, they should be able to fast-track their leave of absence if it is that they had impact to home or impact to access or impact to school that renders them incapable to participate at this particular point in time. I believe that there should be functioning schools that, like for those in Kingston, etc., that have good systems, that we go to 10th classes and those persons will be able to facilitate students from other schools within those spaces that can be effectively taught by these teachers who are already there or additional teachers. I also believe that those parishes that have been less affected should be engaged in a host situation where they're able to host children in the most affected areas, so that they can attend schools with spaces in the less affected areas, even if they have no family member in those areas or can make their own arrangements for housing. I think that the ministry should engage in making temporary housing arrangements or fostering arrangements for these children. And I believe that there should be a budget put in place for basic schools to be rehabilitated from the damage of the hurricane. That is, I believe, of great importance. Additionally, I think that we need to fast-track getting the schools operating as shelter to not continue operating as shelter. And while I've heard that a month is the target period, a month is a very long time to be outside of the school environment or in a dangerous school environment.
I have to probe something that you said, though, because you said schools in Kingston, for example, or lesser affected areas should be hosting students from the worst affected areas. That is happening. I think I've seen something where some 10 students are at, I think, Jamaica College. St. George's College has accepted some students. Some other traditional schools in and around Kingston have accepted students. So is your complaint that it is not happening or it's not enough? What is it?
Yes, there's a concept that we call materiality, sufficient to be an impact. The last report we received at the BAAC suggested that the schools that are totally destroyed have over 6,700 students, and only 680 were being hosted in other schools, which is less than 11%, or a little bit over 10%. So therefore, the vast majority of those persons whose school has been decimated are not being hosted in any space, and there's not been any concerted effort to find fostering opportunities for these students. And so the vast majority who are being hosted anywhere else are those who were able to make their own arrangement for housing and other situations.
What makes you believe there is no concerted effort, Mr. Crawford, to have students do this, sharing of an institution initiative?
I believe so, firstly, because there has been no communication, promotion, or advertisement from the ministry or the government. I believe so, additionally, because less than 12% of the persons whose school has been totally decimated have been hosted. And I further believe so because the utterances of the minister, who also is the Minister of Information, on multiple occasions have not mentioned that this is one of the capacities that they're seeking to promote and encourage. So all evidence suggests that this is not being done.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to early childhood, but I have to ask you another question on one solution that you proposed. How would it look to host all of those students affected out west? Or what would it take in order to host all of them, or a majority of them, on the eastern side of the island, the less affected area, when it comes to 1, getting them somewhere to sleep, 2, proper supervision, because they are minors, and 3, getting them into the classrooms that, let's be frank, the complaint has also been here in Kingston and in other areas, that the classrooms are already too packed.
Okay, so I can give you an example from my own constituency, which was in the media. We have worked with the churches to identify 200 spaces for host families. So we have already identified 200 host families. We then worked with the Food for the Poor, who are contributing 200 decks and chairs so that our schools can host these children. We then met with our principals, and the principals indicated the spaces that they have at the different grades that they have, that indicate therefore what students we can take. There are many schools in Jamaica that has additional spaces, as is, even if they might not have additional furniture. For example, Yuatan High School was built for 1,200 students. It currently have less than 900 students. And so there are many schools like that that might not be the KC and the Campions of the world. However, because there is a capacity of 10 classrooms, then the KCs and the Campions of the world, especially within their play fees and other spaces, can also host tents. The management systems would have been there, and then you'd have to then put teachers in place to facilitate those classes that you're able to host within those 10 schools. So that will be one modality as well for which you could do for the less affected areas and the more established schools that might have the gravitation towards those schools. So yes, there is space within some schools, and there are persons, especially working with the churches and also with the CDC, with the Child Safety and Protection Unit, to do short-term fostering. We also have the example of fostering, short-term fostering that is happening Christmas for those who are in homes, children homes. And so there's already a process in place that can identify homes, that can verify their safety, and eventually assign a student to those homes. So those systems can be put in place quite swiftly.
And what has the take-up been like in your constituency then, with the 200 spaces?
As I said, we have identified the 200 spaces. However, the constant communication that that schools will be open or that the schools are available is making the recruitment of the children the problem and not the recruitment of the host. And so we're having great difficulty recruiting persons sending their children because they've accepted the 2 days, the 3 days, or the probability that next week they'll be open.
Is there any part of that difficulty because parents are a bit skeptical to just send their children to a stranger's home?
Parents will be skeptic to send their children out to a stranger's home. But hosting arrangements across the world is not an unusual activity. I myself was hosted in Australia on the Rotary Exchange Program. And there's a myriad of student hosting across the world in different cultures and different societies. So I think that the major concern, or the concern, is exaggerated by the probability that the school is going to be open and the constant communication that the schools will be reopened.
And the solutions as it relates to the early childhood institutions?
The first thing is that they have to put a budget in place for them to be able to rebuild. So therefore, while it is that I believe that there are further changes that need to be made to the early childhood system, the immediate fix to what exists so that we can at least get back to where we were is to have a budget in place for early childhood entities to call upon and to utilize for their remodeling and refixing.
Have you brought these suggestions to the table of the Ministry of Education, Mr. Crawford? Have they been receptive, if so?
I've had conversations with the minister. I wouldn't say there's evidence that it has been receptive because we're not seeing them implemented, but we have a very good relationship with the minister. The problem that we're facing doesn't seem to be based on relationship. It might be based on ideological premise and our belief of the types of education and the importance thereof. I think the government is more focused on building a narrative more so than fixing the problem.
We're going to have to leave it there. Damon Crawford, the opposition spokesman on education. We thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Going to take a break here on NTM and come back with more.
For all your scales and food processing equipment, call Advanced Scales and Equipment Limited at 876-968-9612-5. The time by Advanced Scales and Equipment Limited is
15 minutes to 8 o'clock.
Hawkeye expresses heartfelt sympathy to all Jamaicans impacted by Hurricane Melissa. As we recover together, we remain committed to securing what matters most. The temperature by Hawkeye is
25 degrees in Kingston, 25 out west in Montego Bay, and 20 in Mandeville.
This season is the time. Digital is gifting smiles. Gift a smile, gift a smile, gift a smile. 64 people to win a grand prize. 250K to help you to gift a smile. Plus groceries and farming supplies. Keep your loved ones in mind. Gift a smile. Sharing the love from me to you. Samsung tablet video and your crew. Gift a smile, gift a smile. This season, make sure everybody good. Digital is helping you to gift a smile, gift a smile, gift a smile.
Hi there. Here Here's some good news for these trying times. Quote, by God's word, I can see where I'm going. They throw a beam of light on my dark path. Unquote. Psalm 119, verse 105. Listen for God's word weekdays at 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. through
Oasis. Stop by for a refreshing drink and share a God perspective for the day.
Oasis. Weekdays 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. right here on Nationwide, a revolution in media.
The rebroadcast of the Oasis can be heard weekdays at 5:45 a.m.
In times of loss, sharing information matters. Nationwide 90 FM offers professional obituary announcements, ensuring family, friends, and communities are informed with care and dignity.
It's been a long day.
Obituaries are aired weekdays at 8:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m. When it's important to reach people, let us help you do so respectfully. Contact our sales team today, 876-630-1210, or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com for more information. Nationwide 90 FM, informing Jamaica with care.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. Turning our attention now to some news we brought to you in the 7 o'clock bulletin. The National Water Commission, NWC, is advising customers that the restoration of power at the Roaring River water supply facility has revealed extensive damage along sections of the distribution network, resulting in reduced operational output. While urgent repairs are undertaken following the re-energizing of the system and the recharging of pipelines, NWC teams identified a significant number of dislocated pipelines in sections that were not previously visible while the system was inactive. For more, we're being joined by the Acting Corporate Public Relations Manager, Delano Williams. Good morning, Delano.
Good morning, sir.
Hi. Morning, Tana, morning to your co-host, morning to your listeners. Thanks for having me.
And thank you so much for joining us. Well, Sir Williams, what can you tell us from your assessment now, given that the system is back up?
All right. So the assessment showed what we suspected may have been possible. A lot of times, subsequent to the kind of storm that we had, kind of hurricane that we had, there has been significant damage to pipelines, meaning dislocations, damaged valves, and so on. And that's what the power restoration has revealed now that we are able to pump on the Roaring River 12-inch line. We're happy to say, though, that it's not doom and gloom. It is, in fact, a response that we are already undertaking. And as we published, we are aiming to have a full restart of not just the Roaring River plant, but also the interlinked relief stations that are situated in Withorn, Caledonia, and another substation called Barneyside.
Can you talk to us about the work that went into getting the facility back up and running before, of course, these issues that you've discovered now?
All right. So this one, I have to lift my hats off to our teams and also to our partner agency, the JPSCO, as well as the support that we've gotten from Minister Samuda, Minister Vaz, and a number of the other agencies. What it means for us is that we've had to, we saw the JPSCO planting over 300 poles just to get power to our facility at Roaring River. From our side, we've been able to mobilize generators, moving them right across the country into this space at 3 critical locations that are not yet powered, but require the pumps to be running in order to get to approximately 7,000 customers, or just about 30,000 residents. So it's been a joined up approach. It means long hours. As at last night, 2 sets of our teams were working at site. One team was taking on the repairs to the pipelines, nearly 250 meters of pipeline, while the second teams were situated in areas without power, I might add. So they were literally working close with darkness around them. And they were installing or completing the final stages of installation at the generator sites.
So all of what is necessary to get this facility up and running by Saturday, well, the pipeline repairs that needs to be done, all of what is needed, the NWC has on hand.
Absolutely, right? And so we've deployed those teams, and we have been working in earnest. We've made significant gains over the last 24 hours, and we expect that today what we will do is complete where we've identified some damaged valves, replace those. We do something what you call a runoff, which is meaning to pressurize the line again and make an assessment, do the necessary flushing to ensure that the water quality getting to our customers is of optimum quality, and then we will start distribution sometime in tomorrow, and that is the target.
Okay, and then we understand that you have some spin-off work, as I call it, after solving the Roaring River issue, which you say you'd hope to solve by, well, you have distribution by tomorrow. Places like Caledonia, Whithorn, Barneside, there's some work to be done there as well?
Yes, well, that work was running in tandem with the electrification at Roaring River. So that work is far advanced. As we go further inland, the terrain became a little more difficult. So the Barneside generator installation was the last one. How the network is set up, the water leaves from Roaring River, gets to Whithorn, then onto Caledonia. Caledonia is one of the systems that serves the Darlington area, etc. And then it pumps further along to Barneside, where water is then distributed into Cornwall Mountain, Myersville, and some other locations. So as you go further inland, we're beginning to experience a lot more difficulty, even at this time, nearly 3 months after the hurricane. The access is still a challenge, but our teams have made great gains, and we expect to have all three will be ready as soon as Roaring River is pumping.
And how many customers are set to benefit once this facility is back up and running, fully operational?
Right. So at full capacity, we have 50,000 customers benefiting from this, 50,000 residents, which is just about 12,500 households that are served from the Roaring River and the combined Whithorn, Caledonia, Barneside network. Since the storm, we have been serving the gravity side, which is just about 5,000. So we are adding another 7,000 plus customers with the recharge of Roaring River and these other 3 systems.
And while this facility has been down, trucking of water has been taking place in those areas?
We have been doing our best. I can't tell you it's been perfect. To get trucks to every single customer has been a difficulty, but we have been doing trucking in some of the spaces. We've targeted, for instance, the critical institutions first, some of the schools that either are operating as shelters or have any kind of reduced operation there, the health centers in the space, and we are also doing some amount of door-to-door trucking where possible. Some of the activities we've also done is to take the kegs that you would have seen us talk about into these locations. We have delivered them both with water in them, and for some customers, they have access to water. The kegs prove to be a storage container for them.
Yeah. Tell us, Delano, for a situation like this, a Roaring River facility, that is down, you have to do repairs after finding out that it was damaged. How many members of the NWC team attend to a repair work like this?
Well, it's dependent on the scale of the work. I think overall for these, between the installations and the repair work, you probably have over 20 to 30 workers working through the installation work and the replacement work, and the attendant operators who are at the plant as well to ensure that operation can kick off. So it is intensive. We try to right size. Sometimes you have more, sometimes you have less, depending on how spread the impact of the damages. So we may have teams at different spots working along the route, so to speak.
So the word to customers this morning who benefit from the Roaring River plant is that operations should be fully back up tomorrow.
Yes, Saturday is the go date for us. We're thanking our customers for their patience. It's really been one of the long hauls, but for us it's also been a labor of love because we understand the need that is there. The vitality of water supply cannot be overemphasized. And so just the overall traction that media such as yourself has brought to this just demonstrates how important it is and how importantly we're also treating it.
And any other updates on the NWC water restoration post-Hurricane Melissa?
Absolutely. So we want to talk to some of the other locations. Cambridge in St. James is one of the targets. We also have about 50% operations there, and we are working to complete the electrification. Similarly, a number of the poles were down in that space, so we are, I think, probably about a week out from full restoration. Shettlewood is not far. It's literally between the two plants, Cambridge and the Roaring River, but Shettlewood sits on the Hanover side. We're also targeting that one. It serves a large part of eastern Hanover. And as we move further southwestern, the areas around Magraty, Elim, Siloa, Aberdeen are also being targeted with electrification, and right behind that, the NWC teams will be moving to recheck those pumps and get them up and running. So those are the 1 to 2 week targets that are on our horizon right now, and we expect to impact perhaps another 3,000 to 4,000 customers, which is significant in this time as we get into the last 30,000 that are outstanding.
Delano Williams, the Acting Corporate Public Relations Manager at the National Water Commission. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me. All the best.
All right, we're going to take a break here and come back with Across Jamaica.
Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
8 o'clock.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's Across Jamaica this morning.
Across Jamaica this Friday morning, Friday, January 16, 2026. The St. Mary Police will be maintaining late-night monitoring of the parish's roads in a move to reduce the number of collisions caused by road misuse and breaches of traffic laws. Speaking during a recent traffic symposium at the St. Mary Parish Court, Deputy Superintendent of Police Ricardo Beckford said that the monitoring exercise began in December 2025. The team works between midnight and 4 a.m. DSP Beckford says that's the time when motorists who don't drink responsibly, tend to speed. The lawman says more than 500 traffic collisions were recorded across the parish in 2025. 20 of them were fatal. Beckford says the St. Mary Police issued more than 15,000 traffic tickets for the year. Meanwhile, DSP Beckford says the division plans to increase the number of police personnel trained in the use of the digitized traffic ticket management system in 2026. The platform facilitates electronic issuing of tickets with the data instantly uploaded to a centralized database. Environment Minister Matthew Samuda says the government's relief program will accelerate the pace at which the population of bees recovers from Hurricane Melissa. He was speaking with Nationwide on Thursday.
Anecdotally, we can say that the disturbance is severe. NEPA is still studying the extent of disruption to biodiversity and biodiversity loss. But certainly along the coasts in the worst affected areas, you can actually see bees scampering for food, scampering for flora. The tree canopies have in many cases gone. The sort of flowers that they would be able to benefit from have gone. So we believe this initiative speeds up the process of recovery. Because ultimately nature will recover, but we believe it needs to recover faster, both for our own protection and for national stability.
RELIEF stands for Restoration, Ecological Enhancement and Landscape Framework. Bees depend on flowers as their primary source of food. The nectar produced by flowers provides the carbohydrates and energy they need for flight and activity. They also rely on plants' protein-rich pollen, which is essentially useful for developing larvae in the hive. The RELIEF program was launched in Parliament on Tuesday. It's intended to restore the country's forests and mangroves in the aftermath of the Category 5 storm. Minister Samuda says mangrove forests in St. Elizabeth and Trelawney will be prioritized under the program.
The mangrove forests stretch predominantly from Clarendon into St. Elizabeth, and the St. Elizabeth mangrove forest, certainly in the proximity of Parity and Black River, have been severely damaged. There are areas that we were quite happy with their regeneration and their resurgence prior to Hurricane Melissa. When I visited Black River recently on my trip with the exec director of the Loss and Damage Fund, I was in shock in one space because that area that I'd used for pictures in our ministry calendar 2 years ago was completely denuded and degraded. So the St. Elizabeth corridor is particularly bad. There is a stretch on the eastern side of Trelawney, which we were particularly happy with its restoration and regrowth before also, which has been almost totally wiped out. So those are two of the areas that we'll be focusing on with the mangrove replanting.
Matthew Samuda, Minister of Environment and Climate Change. And that's it for Cross Jamaica.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90 FM is searching for business development executives to help us grow our business and build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today.
In times of loss, sharing information matters. Nationwide 90 FM offers professional obituary announcements, ensuring family, friends, and communities are informed with care and dignity.
It's been a long day.
Obituaries are aired weekdays at 8:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m. When it's important to reach people, let us help you do so respectfully. Contact our sales team today, 876-630-1210, or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com for more information. Nationwide 90 FM, informing Jamaica with care. Turn up the heat with Hot Listing, Nationwide 90 FM's new on-air and online classifieds feature. If you have a car for sale, room for rent, or yard sale come up. If you look at work or need stuff. If you provide a service, make it a Hot Listing, Nationwide 90 FM's new on-air and online classified segment. Your listing plays again and again. From morning till evening. You sing it, we play it. You say it once, Jamaica hears it all day, every hour. Contact our sales team now at 876-630-1210 or sales at nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Hot listings on Nationwide 90 FM, a new revolution in media. Jamaica, get ready for a powerful comeback story. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce is proudly reopening the business kiosks and shops at Border St. Elizabeth on Friday, January 16. And guess what? We're bringing the story to your ears when CliffViews Online broadcasts live from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness will deliver the keynote speech alongside Ministers Aubin Hill and Floyd Green. So tune in to CliffViews Online Friday, January 16 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's the reopening of business kiosks and shops at Border St. Elizabeth. Catch our broadcast live on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2 or turn your station to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. We are going to be taking some of your calls. The number is 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, and 630-9374, or you can call 618-6730. Those are the numbers, and I see a lot of you reacting to the conversation we had with the opposition spokesperson on education earlier, Damon Crawford. And we were having the same conversation off air that, okay, a suggestion about having more students and their parents move to other sections of the country that was not devastated by Hurricane Melissa so that they can get a better teaching and learning opportunity there. But the reality is that some people just don't want to move, Saeed, from where they live. Somebody in Westmoreland is going to be comfortable in their living situation, even though it might have been devastated, but that's where their people are, that's what they're used to. So they just don't want to move to come to a St. Catherine, for example, even if you're going to be presenting to them that living or accommodations are being provided. Some people just don't want to move. Yeah. And it's a similar situation with when you talk about putting up tents with bathroom facilities for people to move out of schools that are being used as shelters. Some people do not want to go into the tents, and that's going to provide or be a source of problem for you. We saw what was happening at Petersfield High, where initially the local government minister was indicating something about tents and bathrooms on a field close by, and the people pushed back against that. Yeah. They do not want to go into no tents. So eventually now, the local government minister has come on Nationwide to indicate that what they're doing is that they've identified lands and are building houses, which is, you know, what people will readily be receptive to. Mm-hmm. But going into tents, some people just, they're not going to go. And then you create a sort of a chaotic situation with government and residents and all of that, you know, back and forth.
It has the potential to be a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, and you're thinking about people's dignity too, you know. People, you know, their dignity is upheld in the school. I mean, in a tent with bathrooms where everybody's using. They don't want to do
like
that.
the idea for the essence of learning, but
yes,
the realities surrounding it, to my mind, you know, it leaves
difficult.
A lot out there.
Yeah, it's difficult. Who's on first this morning? Stephen, good morning to you.
Good morning. I'm calling as it relates to the conversation that you had with the opposition minister. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if the opposition minister is really considering where persons would go to live or to stay if they move from one parish to another. Jamaicans in general, I'm aware that persons who are in the corporate era are this side of the island that wasn't affected by the hurricane, who have moved their family members so that they can get access to education. But how many persons from the western side of the country would want their child to migrate to other parishes?
He did place on the table, Stephen, that, for example, in St. Catherine, that accommodation was being provided for not just the students, but their parents. So the parents could move with the child.
Where are those accommodations?
What did he say, Said? I knew he said something about working with the church community to
and
provide
accommodation. Families and...
Right.
Yeah.
But take up on it was, what did he say, not very high,
Not
because
very
some
strong.
people are already comfortable with the situation,
The scheduling situation
the scheduling
out in the
situation out in the west.
I'm looking at where as maybe other persons have been said, the dignity of these persons and where they are going to be hosts. That's of great concern. That's of concern for me. He also spoke about other stuff as it relates to the education system. And I'm wondering if he's fully aware of some of the things that is taking place in the education system. Because some of what he spoke about, those things are already happening.
What do you recall him saying that is already happening?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Tana was asking you, what did he say that is already happening? She's asking you. Hello? Okay.
We're having a bit of a
Some
difficulty
here.
with Stephen's line.
Yeah.
Anthony?
Good morning, Anthony.
Morning, Anna. Morning, Said. How you guys doing?
We're good, man. We're good. We're there. How you do?
Alright, man. We're there on the ice, you know?
You're there on the ice? Are there people there on ice in the bus?
Well, I am alive, but I'm on the ice. My sorry, on a video call, me dep on, I could have show you, so we literally dep on ice.
So where you there? Tell me now.
Oh, I'm in the state of Illinois.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were going to say Greenland. But talk to me.
Said and Tana, let me ask you guys something. The Auditor General is still a part of the Integrity Commission, right?
No, the Auditor General is not a part. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the organization. Yes, she's a commissioner. Yes.
No. Right. So the Auditor General in Pamela Monroe Ellis is one of the commissioner on the Integrity Commission, right?
Yes. Last time.
All right. So with that now, I am thinking, and you can correct me if I am wrong here and all of those things, because the recent Auditor General's report that the UHWI, all right, where it contains report of company owned by politician, prominent politician, would have used the UHWI tax exempt status to buy stuff for their company. So as a commissioner, wouldn't you think that she would have a responsibility to bring that also to the attention of the Integrity Commission for that to be investigated? Because I am thinking that if a politician is doing is bypassing, and that's my word, they using another place to bypass the tax that they're supposed to be paying, wouldn't that also be considered as illicit enrichment? Counsel, I throw that to you.
The report said some companies, I don't recall if I saw in the report where it said prominent politician. Is it Nationwide's understanding that a prominent politician?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but all right. So if that is Nationwide understanding, and if that is it turned out to be true. Let's say that.
The answer to your question is that it seems to be the logical conclusion. That ultimately that information would be filtered and investigated by the Integrity Commission. That seems to be the logical conclusion. Can't disagree with you there.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking about it, and I'll be watching this very keenly, because running up to September 3, that word illicit enrichment was thrown about regularly and whatever. And as somebody who grew up in the country, all time people used to say the same knife will stick sheep, will stick goat or whatever, and all of those. Yes, and stuff. So I want to see balance from who are placed in a position to investigate, and for that information to be brought to the public also without no stone left unturned. You understand what I'm saying? So I am looking to see future IC report to see if anything of this will be mentioned going forward. So that's my thing. As it relates to Mr. Crawford, the man is a very talented young man, and sometimes I think he overthink, if I should put it that way. And while I agree that with the hurricane, there's a lot of things that needed, especially where early childhood is concerned. And for me, I am one of those persons who strongly believe that enough is not being done where early childhood is concerned. But as far as a solution, Saeed Tana, I think that every parish, every primary school should have an infant school department where the teachers are paid from the government first. If parents want to send their kids to private infant school, that is up to them. But I think that should be one of the solutions, where every primary school starts from an infant school. So the primary schools are in the community, and you start them with an infant school. I think that would be one of the solutions that I would
so the infant school would be like a feeder school to the primary school.
Right. And but you also leave the option open for parents who, if they want to send their kids to a private infant school, then it's up to them. But but it should be standardized in having an infant area attached to every primary school. That's one of my options I would put on the table.
I can see some logic there. I can see the logic of that. I see the logic of that. Thank you so much, Anthony.
All right, man. No worries, guys.
And safe skating on the ice. Who do we have next? Okay, let's take the break.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
20 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Fontana Pharmacy has a wide variety of items from pharmaceuticals, household, cosmetics, toys, and more. The temperature by Fontana Pharmacy, it's all good inside, is
26 degrees in Kingston, 26 out west in Montego Bay, and 20 in Mandeville.
Get a deal, share a smile, and win with Digicel. Own a brand new Samsung Galaxy smartphone for as low as $9,500 plus tax when you buy a SIM. Activate a 28-day plan or switch to Digicel. And here's the best part, you could win $250,000 cash. The Digicel Gift a Smile promotion is authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promotion period December 1, 2025 to January 24, 2026. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for more ways to win and more reasons to smile this season. Digicel, reconnecting Jamaica, one smile at a time.
Draxall Creative Building Finishes is here. Explore Jamaica's best styles, bathrooms and kitchens in our brand new showroom at Unit 4, 14 Drax Business Center, Draxall. Creative Building Finishes, your beautiful finish begins here.
Jamaica, get ready for a powerful comeback story. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce is proudly reopening the business kiosks and shops at Border St. Elizabeth on Friday, January 16. And guess what? We're bringing the story to your ears when Cliff Hughes Online broadcasts live from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness will deliver the keynote speech alongside Ministers Aubin Hill and Floyd Green. So tune in to Cliff Hughes Online Friday, January 16 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's the reopening of business kiosks and shops at Border St. Elizabeth. Catch our broadcast live on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, or turn your station to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce.
It's 22 minutes after 8 o'clock, and it's that time for the FID in Action. It's brought to you by the Financial Investigations Division.
Welcome to FID in Action, a 5-minute production of the Financial Investigations Division aimed at empowering you to understand, identify, avoid, and report financial crimes. Each episode of FID in Action delivers expert insights and practical tips to help you stay alert and informed. It highlights the FID's ongoing work and commitment to safeguarding Jamaica's financial system. Let's dive into today's episode. Today we're looking at how the FID partners with law enforcement and other agencies to protect Jamaica's financial system. Criminals move money to hide illegal gains, whether through fraud, drugs, corruption, or organized crime. That's why no single agency can fight financial crime alone. The FID has signed formal Memoranda of Understanding, or MOUs, with multiple law enforcement partners, building a network that strengthens investigations and protects Jamaica's financial integrity. One of the most important partnerships is with the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. Under this MOU, the FID shares information, forensic support, and legal expertise with the JCF to identify, restrain, and forfeit criminal assets under the Proceeds of Crime Act, POCA. The FID also supports expanded training, including cyber forensic and financial investigation techniques, helping the JCF better tackle money laundering and predicate offenses across the country. Another strategic partner is the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA. This MOU deepens the cooperation in intelligence sharing, casework assistance, referrals, and joint operations, especially in major corruption and organized crime cases where illicit funds fuel violence and societal harm. The FID also works with the Jamaica Customs Agency, JCA. This partnership formalizes a long-standing collaboration to fight cross-border financial crime. The JCA provides the FID with customs information and access to customs areas, helping trace cash and goods moving across Jamaica's borders. In return, the FID offers technical support, training, and expertise in managing cash seizure investigations that arise when customs officers intercept suspected illicit money. The value of these partnerships is clear. Combined resources mean better intelligence, quicker detection, stronger investigations, and more successful prosecutions. By connecting law enforcement agencies, the FID helps ensure Jamaica's financial network isn't exploited by criminals to hide illicit wealth or fund crime. Beyond enforcement, these agreements expand training and capacity building, ensuring that officers across agencies speak the same financial investigation language, understand the Proceeds of Crime Act, POCA, and apply it effectively in court. That means more cases successfully brought before the courts and more criminals held to account. Strong partnerships also send a powerful message. Criminals who think they can hide behind complexity or cross borders will find that Jamaican agencies are aligned, informed, and ready to pursue them wherever the money moves. This has been FID in Action, protecting you, preventing financial crime. Join us every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. on Nationwide this morning. For more information, visit fid.gov.jm or follow on X and Instagram at FID Jamaica. Until next time, stay alert, stay informed, and help the FID as it protects Jamaica's financial system from abuse by criminals.
Thanks so much to the FID for that. FID in action, brought to you by the Financial Investigations Division. We still have some more time on the clock before we go to our next break to take your calls at 630-9371 to 4 and 618-6730. Alric, good morning.
Morning, Tana. How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
All right. Council, morning.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing?
The Botina, you good?
Yeah, man, me good, man. How are you? Well, you're good. You march to London, they say you're good.
Yeah, all right. Happy to hear from you.
Yeah, man. Tana, it's after a bit late, but I didn't get a chance to send birthday to your mom, so I'm belated. But try hard to get on the morning to your mom, so I hope she had a good one.
Thank you, Alric. Thank you. She did, and I'm sure she's listening. So
well, I'm
receiving
sure
it.
You made it into a super day.
For sure. Always.
Listen to Mr. Crawford. I'm hearing what he's saying, but Council Antana, the average Jamaican, we don't have that mindset yet to move from where we were born that easily and where we have been embedded and taking care of family and doing business to relocate in time like these. No.
Yeah.
I think the relocation is also stressful in addition to the stress that we are under now with what happened with Melissa.
I agree, Alric. It's not within the Jamaican culture. Even when stuff tough in your area, you want to stay there on community that you're used to. That's just the Jamaican people.
That's the word, the culture. Because look here, when things get rough like now and the rough gets going, I might not be able to provide any food to eat this afternoon. But my long-standing neighbor might have, and she's going to share dinner and put it over the fence. If there's any fence left for me and my children and grandchildren, and we do the same tomorrow and the other neighbors do the same. When you move and you go to a community that you don't know anybody, not even a drink of water you possibly might get.
Yep. That is it, Alric. And I was thinking about as well, say for example, you have somebody who, they've saved a couple stuff and they have it packed up somewhere on the lot of land that their house used to be. Like, where do they put those things in the meantime when they leave to go to another parish a couple hours away? So it's just the practicality and the reality of our culture here.
Yes, even when the warning is going out that the hurricane is coming and you should move, they don't want to move that time, much less when they are in a situation now. Because, believe it or not, Jamaicans, we have a lot of pride. And we rather go to bed hungry sometimes than tell the neighbors that we don't have any dinner. So to take me up now from St. Elizabeth and carry me go to St. Catherine where I don't know anybody.
Well, it's not really to carry you, Alric. To be fair to Crawford, it's not really to carry you, It's for you to send your child. So I think the concern is really who's going to send their child to a stranger's house. Which I think is something that Crawford also accepted when I posed the question to him.
I'm glad you're correcting. Because I will take on my child and send them come to you. Although I know County and Tana would take the best care of that child. But I would be thinking every day, one if them all right, Tana gonna work, County gonna work. You gonna school, ain't no nobody, one if them a beat him and her. You understand me?
Yeah, man. I get that. So, for sure.
It's a good thought, but we don't have the culture as Tana in Jamaica for that to work.
Yeah. So, because he was asked about the take-up, and it's not very high. Most people saying that they're going to work with the scheduling system that the Ministry of Education or those school administrators have in the West. They prefer to do that than...
Yep. I would be more comfortable with that for my children too. You guys have a good weekend. Keep up the good work. Council.
Yes, sir.
Beg your call now when you have the time over the weekend, please.
All right, no problem.
When you have the time, I know you're busy.
Yeah, man. All right, me call you.
All right, then. Cool. Have a good weekend, guys, and keep up the good work.
You too,
Take care, Alric.
All right.
Go for the break. It's 8:31.
Upgrade your home or business with Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Explore a range of termite-resistant plywood, quartz, solid surface, and granite. Experience timeless elegance with our cedar doors, crafted from premium cedar stock, kiln-dried for durability and beauty. For quality and craftsmanship, visit us at the Trade Center Kingston 10 or Hatfield Mandeville. Call 876-963-0628 to 30. Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Transform your space today.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825 to 8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Jamaica, get ready for a powerful comeback story. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce is proudly reopening the business kiosks and shops at Border St. Elizabeth on Friday, January 16. And guess what? We're bringing the story to your ears when Cliff Hughes Online broadcasts live from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness will deliver the keynote speech alongside Ministers Aubin Hill and Floyd Green. So tune in to Cliff Hughes Online Friday, January 16 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's the reopening of business kiosks and shops at Border St. Elizabeth. Catch our broadcast live on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, or turn your station to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce.
8:33. Thank you so much for staying with us. We're taking your calls and comments on social media. Good morning, Warren.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to this is my very first time on the station.
Oh, welcome.
But guess what happened now? I am supposed to be the longest listener
of Nationwide in general or NTM?
Yeah, nationwide. Because because they start from at 102. That's way back when.
Mm-hmm.
And that time it was Cliff Hughes and Ruth and Winter used to read with you. That's a long time.
Yes.
That's how long I listen.
What took you so long to call?
Because you know, sir, not tell you the truth, you know, I don't really have the time because I do delivery.
Mm-hmm.
I drive around the island and do delivery.
Yes.
So most time now, either I listen or when we have a time now, I go on, we call it the podcast.
We're talking about YouTube? Or
yeah, man. No, podcast and listen. Look up on YouTube.
Oh, the app.
Yeah, man. Look up on all YouTube and watch the news and listen to the same way.
Oh,
but my question is, which minister is in charge of all the roads, the major roads in Jamaica?
The minister with responsibility for works, Robert Morgan, oversees that portfolio.
Yeah, you know, he's a man that we grew up together in the same area in Clarendon, you know. But I think he is sleeping. I think he must sleep.
Why you say that now?
Good question. Did you know that the two seats in Clarendon, up in Northwest Clarendon and North Central Clarendon, the North Central, the seat of where lines win. You know the reason why I do it.
Warren?
Bad road. Bad road. And I happen to travel the entire Jamaica. And the road, every road, I think Robert Morgan drive around the island and to the road. Alright.
if you think I'm joking, I want for you to go along by the work agency in Maple and look and the road in front of the work agency in Maple. It is a disgrace.
And you're not saying, Warren, that these are the conditions of the roads following, the number of weather events we've had, the hurricanes?
It is bad. It is bad. As a matter of fact, it is worse in a hurricane, and it gets worse now, more worse now.
But it has been raining, but they're about to start this program that will deal with patching, the GO program.
Mr. Listen, when you look on the wall, I can't tell about all the road because I happen to travel Jamaica on a daily basis. And you have some patrolling road in Runaway Bay. They are the patrolling on the road for over 5 years now.
Yeah, but the government announced park now, so them ask some time to get the tranches going.
Nothing done. When you look on the road from
I wouldn't agree with that, Warren, that nothing is being done.
It has a slow from Chalky Hill, alright, from Chalky Hill to Golden Grove. It is a disgrace. Honestly. Alright, listen again.
And I'm guessing you're saying that road stay bad long time.
And years, me not talk about the 1 year and the 2 years.
Warren, work with me now, cause
yes, man.
Me I hear you now, but more freedom up some things now.
Yeah,
so
man.
you can agree with me that two things can be true at the same time, right?
Right.
Okay. So you can agree with me then, Warren, that road programs have been announced. You can agree with that?
Yes, it has been announced.
And you can agree with me as well that some work has been happening in some of the parishes under those programs so far. You can agree with that?
Right. That's the truth.
Hold on. Yes. Answer me. Yes or no?
Me not say much.
You don't see much. Okay, fine. But some work has started. So you see something.
All right.
Hold on, Warren. Hold on. Answer my question first.
I'm not going to answer your question.
So answer it now, yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
No.
And why?
Why am I saying no? Nothing done to the major roads in Jamaica. Nothing done to the major roads in Jamaica.
And you're upset because there's some roads that you mentioned a while ago in your part in Clarendon.
No, I'm not talking about the one in Clarendon. We can tell about the one in a Manchester. Listen me, man. In a Manchester, in a St. Anne, in a Portland, in a St. Elizabeth. We can tell you because I travel all of the roads there, but the major roads them, as I tell you again,
Warren, don't get me wrong, I agree with you to the extent that you have a lot of major roads that are very bad. I complain about Spanish Town Road every day. So you have a lot of major roads that are very bad. Yeah. So you have a lot of roads that are very bad, and I understand if you're saying that a party might have lost a seat because of that. I understand that. I agree. I'm not saying that you're telling a lie. All I am saying is, while that is true, they have started to do some work. You can criticize the work to say it's not enough or it's going very slowly and all of that. I can't bash you for that. All I am saying is, yes, I can't tell you what you're seeing is not so, because you're seeing it. All I'm saying is they might try to do some work. They've started to do some work. So I'm not criticizing what you're saying. I'm just framing it to say that while you see what you see, and it may very well be so because you see the road, you drive on it and it's bad, and I've driven on roads that are very bad for years now. So I understand that. I'm just saying that they've at least announced some programs for the roads. I'm guessing it just hasn't gotten there as yet, and it is unfortunate, and we're hoping it gets there quickly.
Listen, if you do the major roads, it show you up, it make it look good. That is common sense.
That is true.
You don't have to go to university to tell you that. Just do the major roads and you're good. You don't have to do the half road them. That's how it simple stuff,
Well, you have to do the off-road then, but I get your point. If you do the major roads, then you get better satisfaction from more people.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Okay. I get you, Warren. Well, I hope the road fixed, and I understand your frustration with the roads not being fixed.
Yeah, and me mad with Robert Morgan, you know, say we come from Steelbase, Woodall, Clarendon, and he move. So when Richard Azan come out and talk the other day, and the truth, Richard, he started the truth for effect.
Okay, well, I know Minister of Works listens, so he's hearing you. And
because Richard Hazard say the Badgers make him win election. Him know that.
Oh, okay.
Wave lines know that the Badgers make him win election. Him know that.
Okay.
Robert Morgan don't know, but me I tell him those are the reasons why they lose the seat.
Well, him know now, can you just tell him? He might hear you.
I just feel, from the other day I was a call confused, but so as I tell you again, I do delivery and I don't have the time to really call in.
Okay. But we always appreciate new callers, so we appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, man, and all the best. This one my station now. I love this one. Why?
All right, why? Take care.
Because they tell the truth and they not tell lie. They talk the good news. So I love this one. Why?
All right, take care. Have a good one, here, Warren.
Blessing and
a happy New Year.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Good,
Same to you, man. All right, good. Yes.
Carl, a few minutes. Hello.
Where you push up the back where freeze at the pan.
Carl, hello. Hello, are you a push up back where freeze at the pan, Carl? O'Neill, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, O'Neill, good morning.
Yes, tomorrow marks 10 years since I reconnected back with relatives for the second time alone,
Hold on, O'Neill, you're coming in a bit muffled. Could you repeat what you just said?
Tomorrow marks 10 years since I reconnected with relatives for the second time.
Tomorrow marks 10 years.
Yes.
Since you reconnected with relatives?
Yes, for the second time around.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I did connect with them back in 2003, but it was short-lived,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I actually lived in that institution, and the first person who reconnected with me in 2016 was a lady of Francis background. Because my mother is Francis,
Yes.
Yes, and I want to connect with the Francis then, especially from St. Anne. Are you hearing me?
Yes, yeah, we're hearing you.
We're listening to you.
Yes, because what happened is that St. Anne is where I have close and distant relatives, and research is linking different Francis families back to St. Anne,
So your name is O'Neill Francis?
My name is O'Neill Krug, but my mother is Francis.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if the Francises out of St. Anne, you say, are listening, O'Neill, yes. Cool is your last name?
No, C-R-E-W, Crew.
Oh, Crew.
Yes.
Is trying to make connection with its family members out of St. Anne, the Francises. So, all right, O'Neill, we've given you the platform this morning, hopefully. And you can leave a contact number with our producer, just in case they're listening, they call in, and they're trying to get a contact number to reach out to you. We'll provide them with it, all right?
Okay.
All right, then. Who's next? All right, no more callers for this morning. We're going to take a break and then come back with your birthdays.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
8:44. chat about Lionel Richie. King, don't dare ask me what kind of song this and who sing it. Now listen to them singing from the 80s.
No news.
No, sir.
To celebrate.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's that time of the morning when we tell some very special people happy birthday. On the birthday list this morning, happy birthday greetings going out to Sergeant Alcian Clayton at the Sav Police Station. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday greetings also going out to Leon Jackson in Falmouth, Dwight Williams, Mrs. Marjorie Robinson Thompson, aka Auntie Lolly, in Fort Williams in Westmoreland. Happy birthday to you, Auntie Lolly. And happy birthday when it comes. These birthdays are for tomorrow. Inspector Neil Anthony Brown at the St. James Police Division, Bishop Norman Nunez at Belfield in Manchester, Sister Walker at the Restoration Center Born Again Apostolate Gravel Lane, Mobay. Happy birthday when it comes as well, Miss Vesta and Mr. Exford Plummer in Bounty Hall Scheme, Trelawney. And happy birthday as well when it comes to Angelica Bennett, Bay Road in Westmoreland. All of these greetings are coming from, good morning to you, Sergeant Wayne Wallace there in Trelawney.
And happy birthday greetings going out to one of the sons that she's never had, Paul Bryan from Bryan's Photo Studio. He celebrates his day on Sunday coming. Wishing you a birthday filled with all the happiness you deserve. Your kindness is truly remarkable. Love and blessings always from Mrs. Brammer. And a very special belated birthday wish going out to Gwendolyn Burton, a VVIB. She celebrated her birthday yesterday. Greetings coming from her children, grandchildren, and all the rest of her family. Happy birthday to you, Gwendolyn, belatedly. And of course, to our friends on Facebook, happy birthday to Rohan Foster, Shanique Harris, Kenisha Pringle, Fiona Brown, Minster Gray, Kim, and Kimberly Tracy. Happy birthday to you all. And one final one here. Happy 74th birthday to twin sisters Pauline Taylor and Paulette Colbush. Greetings coming from nieces Christina and Claudette, and from your family and friends. They love you both dearly and wish you a happy 74th birthday.
Yvonne over in the YouTube chat sending happy birthday to girlfriend Princess Watson. Princess, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Have a blessed day coming from your bestie, Yvonne B. Scrolling on down, who else is celebrating a birthday today? Carlene McCog sending happy 88th birthday to husband McCog in Balaclava, St. Elizabeth. From his 35 grandchildren, 25 great-grandchildren. God's continued blessings to you, Papa Reagan. So happy birthday to husband McCog from Carlene McCog and your big family. Sending you much love.
And Annie Smith is reminding us that tomorrow is a Shabba Ranks Earth Strong's birthday. Yeah? So happy birthday to Shabba Ranks. Tomorrow when it comes, none of them nobody like Shabba Ranking, yeah? Big up yourself, Shabba Ranks, way there.
And me, man.
Yeah, Nigel. And happy birthday to Mrs. Ina Kerr. She is she hits a century today. Happy birthday to Miss Kerr. Those greetings coming from Dalry Kerry. Happy birthday to you, Miss Kerr, on your century. Hope you continue to live many more years.
When no soda, when no powder. When no better respect the elder entertainer. When no nurse, when no pet, when no dribble, when no soda, when no powder. All of the foundation said respect for some little entertainer. What is the matter with them? Them do a one song which is better for top 10. Nothing no IT, fleety, flighty, pussy lock and them face a rule. I been for evil for them best friend and them no old. Them original corner again. Lyrics the solution for the whole of them. If they want like them want disrespect legend. Cool. Uriah done roll. Uriah godfather of the DJ school. Cool. You done rule, influential factor of the DJ school. Cool. King Stitch done rule. Easy father Stitch well equipped in at the school. Cool. Brigadier done rule. Dreadlocks educator of the DJ school. So, when a nurse, when a vet, when a dribbler, when a soda, when a powder. The only youngsters who are disrespect the elder. When a nurse, when a vet, when a dribbler, when a soda, when a powder.
You want an elderly man? I don't run her still because she's thinking about the dollar bill. Come on.
I'm in love with a man nearly twice my age. Don't know what it is, but it's a hit for my youthful days. As I go my way, I don't care what people say. I'm in love with a man nearly twice my age.
Come on. I ain't go jumping. I go jumping, she don't know. I ain't go jumping. I go jumping. She want a man who can block out the royalty. I go jumping, you know, say in that money, she don't want no lovers honey. She want the money, she don't want no lovers honey. She want the money.
Well, I tell you girls, in my youthful days,
I'm so
never loved
you're not the one way. But I'm not the one way leads you. Come to a sign. Get that. Hear this. Come around, reggae people stalling out. People from east, west, north, and south. Say I'm the MC with a nasty mouth. Them feel like
Could you find, was it Shabarangs and Maxi Priest? There's a song. I'm not remembering the title of it. There you go.
Stop pretending. I hope you will see the love I'm sending. Watch it.
Ain't no use pretending you don't feel the way I do.
Check it.
Just message at your body sending. I can tell you want it. But do you wanna hide the way you feel inside? It's too late to turn back now. Every little touch, it means so much. So girl, just let me show you out. Your body can't lie to me, 'cause I know just what you're needing. Your body can't lie to me. So bring me the sexual healing.
Monetary love of a flea.
Love me.
Woman, love me for me.
Love me truly.
If you love, go till the money flee.
Love me. Come love me truly.
Woman, no love me because of money, because man for use and that the woman them a look. Woman, they find a lady full of
Got
street.
some more birthdays for you before we hop on out of here. Maureen McKenzie sending happy birthday to John Doman. I hope you enjoy your day to the fullest. A happy birthday to you, John Doman. I'm also seeing here Judith sending happy birthday to brother Delroy, coming from his mom and sisters. So Delroy, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you from your mom and sisters, wishing for you a good one. And I am also seeing here, where did it go? Lost it. But another birthday has come in from Senator Marlon Morgan, saying happy birthday greetings going out to Senator Abka Fitz-Henley, who is celebrating his special day tomorrow. Senator Morgan says many happy returns, Abs. Greetings coming from his colleague and friend on the battlefield, Senator Marlon Morgan. So happy birthday to you when it comes, Senator Fitz-Henley. I'm also seeing here happy birthday, belated birthday greetings going out to Jordette Grandison. Greetings are coming from your children, Brittany, Celine, Jeline, Auntie Marva, Gail, Kimarley, other friends and family. We're saying to you, we love you and we wish for you many more God bless years. So happy birthday to you, Jordette Grandison, from your entire family.
And
Delia Shirley, yeah.
Happy birthday to Mavali Daly. Happy birthday to you, Mavali. Hope you have a good one.
I see Delia Shirley here sending happy 100th birthday to Gwendolyn Williamson from Kellitts in Clarendon. Wow, celebrating 100 years today. Miss Gwendolyn, happy birthday to you from Delia Shirley. And those are all the birthdays now. If you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary as well.
And you ready one for Gwendolyn, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yes, okay, good.
My heart is willing, my flesh is weak, but still, oh God, I seek to walk your way, your holy way. I pray my soul you keep. Though my enemies encamp at me.
Kalisha, I'm not seeing your birthday. Kalisha Ellis. A birthday greetings from Kalisha Ellis. If you could drop it back real quick, Kalisha. Not seeing that birthday.
King of all kings, rule all things. God give us strength. Oh, never let I face. To live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength. Oh, Jah, give us strength. Oh, never let I face. No, to live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength. Yeah. Indeed, as the pestilence and plague, but I'm not afraid. They are looking for what they can take, coming all size, appearing all shape. Lord, give us the vision to differentiate. Yeah,
all right, seeing those birthdays now. Kalisha Ellis sending happy birthday to her son and wash belly, Sean J. Ellis. Sean J. Ellis, happy birthday to you. Coming from your mommy, Kalisha Ellis. And Maureen McKenzie sending happy birthday greetings to John Doman. I hope you enjoy your day, sir. John Doman, happy birthday to you from Maureen McKenzie. And Kurt Buchanan sending happy birthday greetings to the Centurion. Enjoy your day and more years for you. So happy birthday to her again. Gillette Morris sending happy birthday to Dawn from Tossie Amara Ajoni. Your birthday's tomorrow, Dawn. So happy birthday to you in advance. Wishing for you a good one tomorrow. And Rona Campbell says, please send birthday greetings to son Shane Darling of the FLA or another Shane Darling. But happy birthday to you, Shane Darling. Wishing for you a good one from your mom, Rona Campbell. And yeah, those are the birthdays now. So again, if you're celebrating your birthday, happy birthday to you. And that's about it for the show. Thank you so much for tuning in to Nationwide this morning. Thanks to our technical operator, Jermaine King, our super producer, Michelle McCrae Smith, and our super editor in the newsroom, Kimon Thompson. Up next, the Consumer Hour with Norgay Banton, and at 10, Cliff Hughes Online with George. They're on the road today. I'm Tana.
I'm Saeed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
He said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. He said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute.
You just heard Nationwide this morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
Bless our souls, cause without you we can't make it. Now watch over our shoulders tonight and help us leave our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, for the show us the way to go. You're the wind beneath my wings, see me through all the things. You lifted me when I was down, now you have me standing on higher ground. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow.